Hello, everyone. Welcome to the World Candlepin Bowling Championship. We're here at Hanwell Lanes, and we're down to the final. We have two real top-notch teams here today, and we have the Fredericton Hanwell Lanes against the New Hampshire All Stars. So we have a lot of things going for us here today. But before we get underway, we have a presentation to make here, and we'll ask Sue Knight come up to make the presentation.
Thank you. We were going to do this at the end, but we suddenly found out that somebody very important here was on a very tight schedule. Ernie, would you come over here with that, please? Something very important happened to somebody here this summer, and we want as a permanent record that this will hang in the Hanwell Bowling Center as a permanent reminder that in July of this year, Donnie Legier was inducted into the Candlepin Hall of Fame. Donnie, as our remembrance of this, would you please let us hang this in the bowling center?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's our opening. We're not going to hold this up here. We have a real 2 hours of real packed bowling for you here. I'm going to have Charles Milan. I'm Mike Murray along with Charlie Milan from Brewer Lanes, and Don has already been introduced to you. Charlie will introduce the American team, and Don will introduce the Canadian team.
Thank you, Ike. We want to get going here. I know the bowlers are biting at the I don't know what here. I have to say one thing before we start. Donnie Legier I've been bowling with for over 30 years. And Donnie, I'm glad that you've been inducted into the Hall of Fame. You really deserve that honor. And they really wouldn't give any trophy, though, for last week. We bowled together in a tournament. I had to get that in on him. He's one of the greatest bowlers I've ever bowled with. Okay, the New Hampshire All Stars. First bowler, Steve Vadney, is not starting. Steve? Their first man will be Wayne Dennen. Wayne averaged 127 during the tournament. Steve Vadney, 121. Their second bowler, John Thomas. John averaged 128. Third bowler, Dave Dupuis. Dave averaged 124. Fourth bowler, Mike Poulin. Mike bowled 129 average. And their fifth, an anchor man and one of the best bowlers in the Candlepin game, Tim Lipke, with a 132 average. And that takes care of that. Now, Donnie, you'll do the Hanwell team.
Yeah, thank you very much, Charlie. And thank you, Ernie, and whoever responsible for that presentation. Anyway, leading off will be Tony LeBlanc for the Hanwell Lanes. Tony averaged 137 this week. Bowling second will be Claude Chavarie. Claude averaged 127. Bowling third is Kansas Snow. Kansas also had 137 average. Bowling fourth, Bob Douthwright, 130 average. Plus, Bob threw the 499 triple, which is phenomenal. Bowling fifth, an old friend, Hal Peterson, 135 average. And then we have three eager guys ready to go in. We have Garry Gallant with 125 average. Kenny Hopper with 122. And Wayne Jones with 120 average. Anyway, we want to wish both teams good luck. It's nice to see the big crowd. I'll turn it over to Ike. We'll get going.
Stand by for the key. Cue him. Go, let's go.
Thank you, Don and
Where is he?
Charlie. We definitely have a large crowd here today. What an exciting
Where is
time
it?
we're going to have. We have at least
What's happening? Okay,
500
focus.
people plus up here.
Okay.
And this
Hold on. Ready?
This
Take three.
today. And there's no doubt about it. You're going to get some competition
One's
you
in.
saw before. Right at the present
Okay, we don't-
time, there's no favorites here. We have the Moosehead Breweries, Hanwell Lanes, and Fredericton Motor Inn. They're the sponsors of this big show you got here
Tilt down,
today.
please, two.
And I'll
Tilt
tell
down,
you,
please, two.
folks, if you ever saw bowling,
Ready?
Candlepin
Center
bowling,
it, two.
you're
Take
going
two.
to see it here
Key it.
today.
Key it,
Now, I
please.
have Charlie Milan next to me here. And
Key it.
he's going to be able to give you all the interpretation and all the styles and everything of these here New Hampshire bowlers. And on the other
Mike,
side,
loosen your shot, please.
Don
One, loosen
Lazier.
your shot. Take
This
one.
match is going to program.
There's a lot of pressure here, Ike.
Three, zoom in on Charlie.
Scores all week.
What is happening?
I could have seen 2,000.
Take, there we go. Mike, can you slowly zoom out a little bit, please?
Looks like the boys are a little tight already starting in.
Yes, it'll take them 3 or 4 boxes to get loose in that.
Ready, three,
Chance
two's
up
in.
there for
Key, please.
your induction and your plaque, and it's nice to see that one of our Canadian fellows are recognized along with these non-American players.
Well, it certainly was a surprise for me to do that, to get that today. I certainly appreciate Ernie McFadgen and his staff here for doing that, and very happy about it.
Now, we're not keeping score here today, folks, but we'll try to keep you updated. We have a scorekeeper right alongside of us here, and they have the overhead scoring today.
Show me
And it's going to be real. This is a first for us to get 2 teams on. We're used to doing the singles, but this is a team event, folks. And we're going to have you folks in. We'll call the shots from over here. He's a good bowler, but I don't think he hasn't got the experience that these fellas have, but he's got some spin and ball. He has a high arc, and he really lets it go when he goes. That'll get to him a little bit, folks. We got the ball line right now on the lanes here, and we have a tremendous crowd out back. That's the first mark. But that was a good mark over there because that gets the Canadian bowlers off the track. They have 1 mark each after 4 boxes. Yeah, they have 1 mark each after 4 boxes, so it looks like a tight one all the way. And we wouldn't know who the winner is till we get down to the end.
They're just getting off the ground here, and they've got to get those butterflies out, all of them, and then they'll get rolling, we hope. There's a nice pair.
There's a nice pair there, and
That's in a row for John Thomas. Okay, now it's Dave Dupuis.
this is Ed Dupuis. Dave Dupuis. I haven't seen this fellow bowl, Charlie, but he's a compact little fella, and he's got lots of stuff in the ball. I've seen a few boxes when he was warming up. And he's against our Kansas Snow, hails of the Sydney. Tremendous spinning ball, rolls it right to the foul line.
pin drop for Kansas.
Yes, he left the 7-pin there, Charlie. You've only got one to hit. And I have no doubt he'll give that a pretty good shot. These fellows here, folks, when they get down to single pins, that's what they like to see down there.
Kansas picks it up. Kansas averaged 137.26. He and Tony LeBlanc had high average. Same pinfall, 37.06. That's a spare for Dave Dupuis for the tournament. Unbelievable if they come out with exactly the same pinfall. That couldn't happen again in the league.
No, it certainly couldn't. They both hold 27 strings, I believe. Yes, and
That's why they're in the finals. Two men with 137.
fantastic. And you can expect this to go down, folks, to that last string. It's a 3-string contest here. We're coming to you from the Hanwell Bowling Center, and this is sponsored by Boucher's Brewery. They're our big sponsors. And we also have the Hanwell Bowling Lanes are sponsor this, along with the bowlers themselves and the Fredericton Motor Inn.
Was going to get that in. Punch 4 on it.
He punched 4 on it. He split the 1 and 2. He crashed them all. The 7-pin standing, covered with the wood. Kansas has a very easy 10. So we're looking at the thing here, Charlie, as it goes along, bowler by bowler. I know that you've watched all these American bowlers. You've seen some of our Canadian bowlers in some of the tournaments. But when it comes down to the final analysis, your fellows have more experience in the big money matches than ours. We're in these team competitions more than you are.
Well, yeah, we bowl really head-to-head for team, singles tournaments. You've got 3.
Mike, right here, buddy. Shoot.
Yeah. Now, what's this fellow's name, Charlie, you have up here? Mike Poulin? 129, folks. He's got a 9-pin break here. He's got the 7-pin standing. He'll go for the pin. He'll stay away from that wood altogether. He's got the 7-pin, and there's no doubt about it. These fellows are sharpshooters. So that's a spare for Poulin, and that gives them 3 marks, and we have 2 marks, I believe, for the Canadian team. So we're going neck and neck. It'll take a few boxes to get it sorted out. So just keep your eye on those pins down there. We'll try to call some shots for you. Get Charlie's interpretation, my own. Deuce. Yeah, they're a little tight right now, the guys. Over there, Bobby Douthwright, hailing out of the Moncton area. He's got a 3 and 2. He'll go the left-hand side, try to split the 2 pins over the 3. Leave it to Bobby. He went on the right-hand side, try to play it off the kickback. Yes, they get open boxes. What Charlie means by that, folks, is they haven't got a mark. And for all you league bowlers here, you're really going to see something here today, because these fellows here, I watched them all week. This has been a 5-day event, Charlie?
Yes, we started last Tuesday.
Started last Tuesday to come down to a quarterfinal last night. And from the quarterfinal, the semifinals were here today. And we saw excellent bowling all week. And he gave you the averages there as we introduced each player, and they're fantastic. So we have Lipke. He's a real hot shot on 9-pin breaks, too. I watched him, Charlie. And nice 10 for Hal. He split the 2, drove that lead pin over onto the 7-pin. A good 10 for Hal Peterson. But we've got 4 marks in a row coming down the line, the first box for the New Hampshire All Stars. And that's what they are, folks. They're All Stars.
They put together the 6 or 7 best New Hampshire bowlers.
That's a 9-pin break for Hal Peterson, and he hit that, and he's got the 5-pin right in the center of the alley, and that wood is frozen. He should pick that up, Charlie.
Hal Peterson gets his first mark. Tim Lipke went through the middle, and look at that shot. 3 on each side, and he leaves the 7 in the left-hand corner.
What do you think of that one, folks? 3 in the right, 3 in the left. Each premier pulls it off. Only the 7-pin left standing. So we're going to see some excellent shots here for the next 2 hours. So here comes our leadoff man here, Tony LeBlanc. He's another Moncton bowler, and boy, is he a bowler.
He can throw that ball. He's accurate. He's smooth. He's probably the best bowler in Canada.
I would say, without a doubt, he is one of our top bowlers.
He's got such intensity. I mean, his concentration is fantastic. Wayne Dennen comes in with a spare.
You're going to see this all day.
There's another spare. Tony LeBlanc.
Can you hear that crowd in the background? What a crowd we have here today. I would say this is the largest crowd that's ever been in the Hanwell Bowling Center, and they have some good ones. Big crowd. Going along very well here. They're going mark for mark now. That's the first mark for Tony.
Wayne Dennen, 7-pin drop.
Tony LeBlanc, he picks up 8s, but his is split. He's got one on the right-hand side and one on the left. Our man over here will play the right-hand pin on the right-hand side, try to cut it over onto the 4-pin. What about your fellow over there, Charlie?
Well, he's gonna try and cut the 2 on the left there, right there, and not a little too full. Tried to cut the 4 over to the 5.
Can you hear me now, Ike? I guess we're back on line here now. I had a problem with my mic here, but anyway, I'm back.
Well, that's good. We're glad to have you back here. We need another voice. I have Don Legier on my right and Charlie Milan on my left. And if we can't call them right for you here today, folks, we're not going to make any excuses because we've got about 150 years of experience here.
I called him wrong yesterday, 7 pins wrong, or I might be out there.
Yes, you had a great quarterfinal, Charlie. Come down. Charlie's his team out of Maine got beat out. Young fellow said may be nervous. All of a sudden, he's come out with it. Claude Chavarie, he hails out of Moncton, and an excellent shot. He was on the spare. He boomed a strike down, and that gets him on track.
Well, Ike, as you mentioned, Claude has got, if he gets the ball out there, he can rack him with anybody because he's got a lot of stuff in the ball.
I'm very surprised to see him in the lineup here today because we've got a lot of experience sitting on the bench of the Canadian team, and this is the youngest bowler, I believe, on the team. But he's got that explosive ball. He reminds me something of Chesser from Moncton, and he's a big backswing, and then lets it go.
Right through the middle.
Right.
7-pin drop there for John Thomas.
So Chevrolet will go on the right-hand side, try to cut it over. Which he does. He picks up an excellent 7. He split him down the line.
John Thomas took the head pin right out. A little too full.
This is going to be some contest, folks. This is a first for Fredericton. The World Candlepin Bowling coming from the Hanwell Bowling Lanes, sponsored by Moosehead Breweries, Hanwell Bowling Lanes, and the Fredericton Motor Inn. So this is a first for our Fredericton area, like I just said, and I think everybody's enjoying. We've huge crowds here, Charlie and Don. We've had full house all week.
Well, it's been great all week. They've used us extremely well. The conditions are great. The hotel was great. Moosehead's been great. And we hope that we can come back here year after year, really, Ike.
Well, that's good. Good to hear that. Up comes Kansas Snow. He's our fireballer hailing out of Sydney. 9-pin break, 5-pin standing, won the center of the lane. What do you think, guys? What's the odds?
All he's got to do is throw it down the middle, and he's got this one, Ike. Yeah. He hasn't missed many singles. I guess we spoke too soon. I know one thing. Kansas is really hurting his left hip. He's really sore.
Yeah, well, Hal tried to rest him there this morning in the semifinal, but he had to put him back in the third string to make sure that they got to the final. And anyway, you're right, Charlie. He has got a problem with his hip. He told me there yesterday, so hopefully he'll be able to last here for those three strings.
If his body's sore, he ought to be sitting in mine.
Yes, you had quite a week. Charlie took part with Don and I up in the Maritime Seniors up in Bathurst, and needless to say, we did not make the playoffs. We're back home again.
Yeah, we sure are.
But there's next year. So here's Kansas. He's getting ready. His opponent over there. Who's your man, Charlie? He cut through.
Dave Dupuis.
Dave Dupuis. He's got 5 out. He'll split those 3 in the right-hand side, I'd say, Charlie.
He'll go after that 1-3 and try and cut it over to that 4 and the 7. Let's see. He got them all but the 4. A little bit too full.
Well, some of these guys, I got a little bit of stat on some of these fellows here. Dave Dupuis tells me here his career high single is a 203 and his career high triple is a 475. The high triple isn't very high because these guys don't bowl too many triples. They usually go 5-string or 10-string matches.
Well, I'll tell you, by the look of things here, they don't have to bowl too many teams, Donnie, because I watched their semifinal, and I think they had over 700 their last game.
Well, yeah, all these teams, of course, are you know, top-notch bowlers. We know that Hal Peterson.
There's one, folks. Bobby Douthwright from Moncton. He hits it down on the 4-pin. They all come back. He's a tremendous, powerful bowler. He's got all kinds of stuff in the ball. He pulled it backwards, and he pulled it right up onto the king pin.
Mikey Poulin comes in with a spare. This Bob Douthwright, how do you pronounce it? Bobby Douthwright? Douthwright. I've seen him throw more doubles and triples. I've been bowling with him a lot of years, Ike. He's a dangerous strike bowler. Very dangerous.
Very strong. Very strong. He's got such power.
Built like a fire hydrant.
Yes, if you hit him, he's just like one, too.
The other thing
Mikey
is, too,
Poulin slides by and only punches 3 on that mark.
the other thing we forgot to mention, I guess, first place is worth $9,500 here today, and second place is $4,500.
You got that, folks? $9,500 for the winner of this 3-string contest. This is the World Candlepin Bowling Championship, coming to you from the Hanwell Bowling Lanes. This is a first for us. This is the first that we've done on a team event over here. So, very, very important event because we wanted to see the success, so we'll get it back here again, Charlie.
Yes, this is ideal, too, for us, because when we go to Moncton and Sydney, we have to fly. Here, where everybody can drive, and it's a lot easier, but it's a tremendous setup here. This is ideal, and the very professional staff.
Yes, they do an excellent job. Ernie McFadden's put a lot into this, folks. As you can see down below there, there's been a lot of work going in to put on this. And they're certainly be commended for doing this.
People of Fredericton can be thankful. This is a great setup. What a shot.
There's a nice shot.
The 7.
And needless to say, folks, that's a spare by Hal Peterson, and he was open on a spare, so Hal, back-to-back spares. We're going for $22,900 here in this championship. First place, $9,500. Second place, $4,500. Third place is $2,000. Fourth place is $1,250. Now, the third place was for the teams in the semifinal, and the fourth place
It's 2/3 and 2/4 paid is how it works out, Ike.
Right on. This string here, or this game here, is worth $5,000. The difference between first and second, I guess.
Peterson's on the roll, folks. That's 3 marks in a row. 3 spares for Hal Peterson. So he's showing his stuff at the moment. And Lipke put his down through the hole. So don't let this fool you. 3 or 4 spares means nothing here. 50 pins can be made up here with doubles and triple strikes. Just It's like nothing to these boys.
And this is a fast house. There's a lot of score in this house.
Yes, there's been a big pinfall. There's big averages this year. Like Donnie said, tie for averages, 137, Kansas Snow and Tony LeBlanc. Hal Peterson was third with 135.88. Bobby Douthwright, 130.65. Claude Chavarie, 126.78. Garry Gallant, 125.67. I'm giving you the Hanwell averages. There goes Tony LeBlanc. And here comes the man right back.
Wayne Dennen comes back with a strike.
What a shot, both of them. Back-to-back strikes, folks. What bowling we have here
Tony
today.
LeBlanc looked like it was a 6-pin drop, and with all that English and all the drawback, everything, when they got done rolling, he had his strike. Tremendous amount of spin on his ball, lots and lots of English. That's why he's such a great competitor, and he's also extremely accurate. Pulled that one right by the head pin. He doesn't do that very often.
Well, Hal certainly did some job putting this team together. He's probably, got the 3 best bowlers in the Maritime on this team here. Tony LeBlanc himself, of course, and Kansas Snow. Bob Dupuis not very far behind either, so they got a real strong team.
To coordinate one of these World Candlepin Championships, folks, you can imagine the tremendous amount of work. And the fellow that did most of it over here in Canada was Hal Peterson, coordinating it with the Hanwell Bowling Lanes. And they put a lot of effort, and they're certainly being commended for putting the teams. We had 14 American teams and 8 from Canada. And this goes on every year. We alternate back and forth to Charlie Milan's lanes over in Brewer. And we've had it in Canada. We've held it down in Sydney. We've had it in Moncton. And now we've had it up here at the Hanwell Bowling Lanes.
Well, it is a lot of work. We're going to have 13 Americans next year and 11 Canadians. We're going to get it back to 12 and 12 here in the next couple of years. That's what we started with, and this is what we really want, I think.
Yes, we haven't got the organization that you people have. What a shot. I'll tell you, folks, this is just seesawing back and forth. I'm looking over the scoreboard. It's over on our right here, and it looks to me like there's 2 or 3 extra marks by the Canadian team over the American team right at the present time. Now we're getting some scores right up in front of you, folks. Wayne Dennen, they just took it away from me. Mike Poulin is 46 after 4. Tim Lipke is 42. They took the rest of them away from us, but we'll bring you right up to date how we're standing. After each string, we'll tell you exactly where we stand.
Well, I took a rough count there, right? And I see it as 21 pins. The Fredericton team, Hanwell, is ahead by 21 pins, and they got 4 marks open. 4 marks open, so they're going pretty good right now. But as we know, things can change very fast, so
yes.
Don't go away.
Yes, I watched this New Hampshire All Stars in the semifinal there. They lost their first string to Exeter in the semifinal. They just come back. They were down 43 pins. They come back and won the second string by 80-some, and then they just pulled the throttle wide open and moved on.
It's never over in this game with these guys because they are so explosive and they've got such power that anything can happen.
Yes, as we know in league bowling and what have you, for all you league bowlers, we get a strike, we get a spare, it's a big thing. If these fellas don't get a spare strike each box, they're disappointed.
Yeah, sometimes when they get a strike, you see them shake their heads. I never could figure that out, but they do it.
Well, they're going along here pretty good. Kansas is up on the line now, and this is Poulin. This is quite a bowler we have here, folks. I had him on the Maritime Championship team 20 years ago, Kansas. Took him up from Sydney, and he certainly developed in the last 10 years. He's become one of our top bowlers here in Canada.
He has got a lot of English on that ball. His ball is going left and cuts back right, and the spin on it is unbelievable. Dave Dupuis is missing that spear. He couldn't drop. He had a money and he missed it.
He let him slide a little to the right, Charlie. He wasn't that far off. He just let that slip by the kingpin there, but he doesn't miss too many, this fellow. You get these breaks, they know they got to get them.
The other thing that would help here, Charlie, is if Fredericton should happen to win this, it would certainly help, in the future years, because then the Canadian fellows would figure that they've got a chance against the Americans. You know what I mean? And
Won it 8 years in a row.
that's right.
It'd be a big plus.
Yes, the Canadians have never won this championship, folks. So you might see history here today, but you don't know. Have a look at this stuff. Bang, a strike. we have you 2-1, Charlie. We got you 2-1 here, so we got you outmanned today, Donnie and I. But folks, we got a great contest for you here, and we have a great sponsor over here that takes part in all our sports, Charlie. Moosehead Brewery says they sponsor our single championship here, our mixed championship, and they contribute to so many sports in our area, and we want to tell them that we really appreciate it.
Well, we certainly want to make sure that we thank Rob Johnson, who is the director. Producer is Bill Hogan. The commentators, of course, are Ike, myself, and Charles Milan III from Bangor. Graphics are done by Wendy Legier and Mary Lou Pine. And on the cameras, we have Jim Burge, Mike Pine, Glenn Palmer, and Shane McGarvey.
Yeah, Bobby let his slide down to the right. He picked up a 9, and your man, Charlie, he picked up, that's his 3rd mark. He's got 3 spares up to this point. So we're going back and forth here, although you might think you have the advantage, you really haven't. First string, it's nice to get just about even. You get yourself set for the 2nd string, and all the money, $9,500 for first place, folks, at the end of the 3rd string. That was a good ball too, Charlie. He was right in the pocket there, and he left all the back ones up. So he's got a tough split. He got too much of it. He got a little bit too much of it and drove both of them back. So he picked up a 9 and a good 10 by Douthwright. So here we have it, folks. We're down to 2 teams. 2 teams. 1 Canadian, 1 American team. Down the finals. The last couple of years, I think it was an all-American final, was it not?
Yes, it has been.
So this way, we feel privileged to be able to take this to you and all the viewing public, and we certainly appreciate all the efforts here that Hanwell Bowling Lanes has done to put this on to all the viewers. And we can't say enough about this bowling lane because they certainly put a huge effort into it.
I have to give a pat on the back to Sue Knight. She's just been fantastic, along with Brian Johnson and Ernie McFadden. But Sue is, and her whole staff, and Bill McFadden have done a great job. And the Fredericton Inn, where my teams have all stayed. It's we've really been welcomed up here. We really appreciate it.
Well, that's nice to hear that. I know that all the people here want you people when you come up here to feel welcome, because you certainly make the Canadians feel welcome when they go across the line.
Sure would like to have them keep some of those taxes, though, that they have over here. I'd really be remiss if I didn't mention that. They'll get you going
back. They'll get you at the border on the way back.
Well, we have nothing to take back. So,
nothing to take back.
Just ourselves and the bowling balls.
We get all the GST on you. We'll send you home now.
We do get that back.
Do you get that back?
Well, 7%.
I see.
Yeah, they do kick that back to us, so I guess we can't complain. You pay it, and you don't get it back.
I see. Well, Hal's got a tough split over there. He's got the king pin, he's got the 4 and the 7, and it looks to me like the 9 pin.
Yeah, we've all been in bowling games before here. There seems to be switching a little bit here. The momentum seems to be going from one.
There he goes. Now they're fired up.
Here's Charlie's coming on here now. His boys are fired up, and they've taken over here in this 5th and 6th box. They've picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 marks to 4 coming down the line. So we've got a good one going, folks. You stay right with us for our 2 hours.
Well, I have it here. I'm just checking it over. We have Fredericton's ahead by 30 pins, and but the New Hampshire guys have 2 marks open, so it's pretty close right now.
There you have it. 30 pins. Holly LeBlanc. What a leadoff, man. He's got a 9-pin break here, Tony. He's got the, it looks like the 5-pin to me. We're off to the side here, so he's got a single pin. There's a nice shot, though. These guys don't miss many. What do you think of that shot? Tony missed his. That's another 9-pin break.
You want to take a picture of that because he doesn't do that very often. He's one of the, I've been bowling 50 years. He's one of the most explosive bowlers I've ever seen.
And he's only a little fellow, too. But
and he can pick. I mean, he can do it all. He can throw. He throws hard. He gets those strikes, but he picks those pins. You don't see him miss very many.
That looks to me like he's 82 in the 7th. He's...
Yeah, he's, yeah, here we have on the screen, here we have some partial scores up there for you, and boys are going pretty good here. It's still seesaw. It's about a tie game right about now, I would say, with, as I said, Fredericton were ahead by 30 pins, but New Hampshire had 3 marks open.
We're in the first string of the World Candlepin Bowling Championships here. We're down to the final. Tony LeBlanc, both leadoff men are up here right now, and it's going back and forth.
Hanwell's about 30 pins ahead, and we in the New Hampshire's got 3 marks, so it's pretty close.
It's going to be tight all the way because this first string just sets them up. As long as nobody runs away by more than 30 or 40 pins, it's a contest all the way with these caliber of bowlers.
Well, the other thing is, too, that they're bowling in front of the lights and everything else, and hopefully they'll get accustomed to that pretty soon here, and, you know, they'll go right at it because they're starting to loosen up, as you can see.
Yeah. Claude went down to the side. He knocked out the 4 and 7 here, so he's on the left-hand side. So Claude's got to really come in on that kingpin here. Oh, there's a bad one. He missed... Your man missed that 10-pin, Charlie.
Well, he didn't have enough wood, I guess.
Well,
they'll talk to him. They'll talk to him about that one.
In the meantime, Claude, he threw down. He had a bunch of them. He came in the pocket, and he creamed them. But unfortunately, one pin stayed up, and he picked up his 10. So, and here it is. Claude Chavarie, big, rangy fellow. Big, long backswing, and right down on it. He won't miss this one, Charlie.
If he does, well, they can't hook him because they're by the 5th box.
There's another 9-pin break without a wood, so he's got a single. Come on,
there he goes. He picked that one.
He made sure he was going to knock that one out of there.
Well, that was, he threw away 9 pins there, 10 pins.
Yeah. Now, as seniors sitting here, fellas, we're looking at the 6-pin, I think. Look at all that wood on the left.
The wood
Would that be inviting?
Oh, you could play that. I mean, he'll play the pin.
He's going to play the pin, absolutely.
Now, Ikey and Don and I, at this stage of the game, would be thinking about playing the wood.
That's why I mentioned that.
Definitely.
Because we saw a lot of errant shots last week, and that looked awful inviting down there. But
now, if I was in the key match right now at this stage, I'd probably have played the wood just to wind them a little.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
And that would have winded them if you'd have made it off the wood.
Get them all wound up. That's Kansas. He missed a 9-pin break, I believe, this last box, did he not?
Well, he missed one earlier in this string.
Yeah.
Certainly, he doesn't want to throw too many of these away.
No, he's right there. I think he's 9 over par after 6. His man was open on a strike. He left up the 6 and 10.
Ooh.
Kansas let that one out there. He lifted that a little bit. That's not like Kansas.
He held on to it. He held on to it.
Yeah.
Dave Dupuis comes in with a spare.
I think it seems like New Hampshire here might be ahead a few pins here, Ike, because Fredericton were ahead 30 a while ago, but it seems all the marks are going New Hampshire's way right now.
Hanwell's 12 pins ahead, and they have 2 marks, and we have 2 we're working on in the U.S.
So it looks like an even game, folks. Or it was even. A lot of stuff in that ball.
6 pins now.
A lot of stuff in that ball, Charlie. That boy throws over there.
Boys are having trouble with their hands sweating, I think. But in a match like this, and all the lights and all the action and all the pressure, that's going to happen.
Oh, sure.
This is a little different bowling than with the 22 teams, 24 teams up there all bowling, and everybody, you know, it's you're up there and you're on the camera.
You're on spotlight. You're right.
Absolutely, guys. The pressure's on here, fellas. A lot of money at stake. $9,500 for the winner here today. $4,500 for second place.
Well, Fredericton's got to do something right here. Hanwell's got to get a couple of marks here to take away the momentum from New Hampshire. New Hampshire, right at the present time, seem to be walking away here.
Hanwell is losing the edge here, Don. You can see it, can't you? It's turning.
Right.
Here's that power bowler again, Bobby Douthwright. He threw a heavy ball there, but look at this, folks. Right back. There's a bomb. Right.
Dave Dupuis in with a beautiful strike. Bobby should have a mark here. He does.
So we're having an exhibition here, folks, and the crowd's appreciative. You hear them in the background here. We can't see all the people. There are rows of them back there. We have them strung down over on alleys 7 and 8, and just a tremendous crowd taking in a tremendous match. Going off very well, too, because they're back and forth, back and forth.
A lot of roll there.
Good nine. Good nine, Bob.
Real heavy ball, Charlie. That's his type of ball. I was with the TNM 5 years and I had Bobby bowling anywhere from fourth to anchor. When he gets in a groove, he just seems to be able to really rack them up. So it's shifting back towards Fredericton now. I think we should be just about within 10 pins if we're anywhere there. We've got a couple of scorers here. In fact, we have 4 people keeping score.
Well, the thing is, nobody's running away with it. That's a big thing. You know what I mean? And nobody's getting real big head start after the first string, and that's what you want. You want everybody in the game until maybe the third string.
Absolutely. It's going to make an interesting match right down to the end. Here comes Hal Peterson and Tim Lipke. And they're 2 tremendous bowlers. Both of these fellows are great anchor men. They're usually on the kingpin just about 8 out of 10. We're going to see the result. Tremendous bowlers, folks. You saw that diamond down there just like a shot. Lipke hit that right in the nose and bang, they're gone.
Went just like it had eyes.
Absolutely.
Well, Lipke, you know, he doesn't come in here limping. He's had a career high single of 200 and his career high triple of 515. It's pretty good stuff.
That's big stuff. We're talking about the top bowlers in all of the United States and over here in Canada. We have the best of them. We had 22 teams of the best, and we're down to the final 2.
I guess we call this the World Candlepin Bowling Championship. We should define that. I guess that covers the Candlepin world as states of Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Maine, and of course in Canada we have New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. So it encompasses a lot of bowlers, that's for sure.
Lipke went to the right-hand side to get it off the kickback there, Charlie.
He was a little too slow. Hal Peterson's in with a spare on that strike.
They're throwing a lot of stuff here, folks. I would say we're in not as high a game as I've seen here all week, but we have the cameras here. We have a big crowd behind us. We got a lot of money on the line. Big difference.
Well, I don't think they're thinking about just winning now and the prestige. The money comes second, really.
Absolutely. They'd be the first Canadian team if they can pull it off.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice game right now.
Wayne Dennen with a 8-10 drop.
Yeah, but about 5.
Stuff on his ball.
I have it about 5 pins, a rough count, about 5 pins difference between the two. They've each got New Hampshire has 3 marks and New Brunswick has 2.
So we're going right down to the end. I think it's reversed, Donnie. I think Fredericton 3.
Okay.
Yeah, Fredericton got 3. Hal got that. His 3rd mark. Oh.
Yeah, right.
1 mark to make here when you're in the first string, but it's nice to get them
Hanwell's
early.
leading by 4 pins right now.
Right. 4 pins. Did you hear
Doesn't
that?
count any marks that are open there, but
There's LeBlanc with his boomer. A strike. And right back at him here. Good hit, Charlie. Good hit for your man.
no break. The ball just wasn't moving enough. You can have all the good hits you want, but if the ball isn't spinning, funny things happen.
Doesn't have the lineup. And he went through. He hit that deadwood, drove it through. The ball went around, circled around the 7 pin there. He's looking at. We have to retrieve that ball and down in the gutter there. You pick it up. Is he going to go off the wood, try to get his 9 here, or is he going to be satisfied trying to cut the center one over?
No, he'll go for the wood and hope for something to jump. He gets an 8.
So Tony is winding up his string here. He's open on a strike, and it looks to me like, what's he, around 111?
He's 111 open. Ike should give him about 121. If he picks this up, I'll give him 121 for the string.
116 for your leadoff man. Who's your leadoff man there?
Okay, 120.
120 for Tony LeBlanc after his first string, and 116 for who's your leadoff man there, Charlie?
Wayne Dennen, 116.
116 for Wayne Dennen, 120 on the nose for Tony LeBlanc, and up comes Claude. Here's the young fella.
How much Tony Bo?
120.
There we go. There's a good setup for him. One hit. Hit the head pin, and it'll all go. No problem.
Yes, he's got to get to the front one. Forget about the back ones. And that was a nice ball thrown in here by the second man for the American.
John Thorne there. He got 5 on his mark, and he's got another. Oh, just a little short.
Wasn't far off, John.
Nope.
They're right on their shots. If they miss, it's only by a half an inch.
That's history.
Is that this year? That's next year? I was just checking with Charlie here to check. We were looking over on the Charlie Milan Memorial he holds each year. And we just wanted to check in with him, and he told me that he doesn't hold it anymore. So that's where we used to get the Canadian. What a shot by Claude. Just a booming ball. When he's got it going, he can rack them up.
Power ball, real power.
Yeah, the New Hampshire guys are looking this shot over there, Charlie.
Put in back. Didn't bounce. He was looking for that ball to bounce over and take that 7 pin. He hit it dead on. It bounced, but I don't think it got over. It didn't go over enough on a slant. And he had 106, Charlie. Your second man had 106 for...
He's not going to be very happy with that, 106. I'm sure he's going to be eager to get started in the second string.
Now, that's John Thomas, Don. You have some statistics on him, have you not, Donnie? John Thomas?
Yeah, I do. John Thomas, yeah, he's got carries 126 average, and his best high single is a 192 and a high 3 of 484.
Fight the bowling, folks. 484 for a triple. So Claude finishes big. Claude finishes spare strike. We'll get a score for you here in a moment. I know that he finished big, and picked up a lot of pins in those two boxes. So we'll get Bill Hogan to come over here and verify all our scores just as soon as we finish up. He's passing it over to me now. John Thomas had 106, and Claude Chavarie, 138. Nice string by Claude. So here's Kansas. He missed the front pin. He must have hit the 3 pin, drove them back. He's got 5 pin drop. Splits the 1 and 2. He'll give it a ride. Hit it full, 2 full. Drove it right back. Hit the king pin dead on.
Yeah, there's just a little lull in the action here right now, Ike, and they're just finishing out the first string here. pretty close game.
We're just getting down, folks, to the first string, the end of the first string. We've got 2 more bowlers after. Kansas is up here with his opponent, and we're going to give you the final here just to tell you where we stand after the World Candlepin Bowling Championship at the Hanwell Bowling Lanes. There's a spinning ball by Kansas Snow, heading out of Sydney. What a boomer. That's right. Right back at him. That's right. How do you like that for competition, folks? Bang, bang.
Power,
Right.
power, power.
A lot of power here today. You're seeing Candlepin bowling at its best.
You won't see any better than this.
Absolutely not. You see the top 2 teams, what we call our World Candlepin Bowling Championship, and they're head-to-head coming down. American team against a Canadian one, and boy, that gives you the competition. The boys want to represent their countries.
That's what we like.
They're going at it head-to-head here. Strike Kansas, 9-pin break. Just a little bit off, and he's got 4 down the line.
Missed that head pin. That's what you don't want to do, is miss the head pin.
But the Canadian team is finishing real heavy here. Kansas finished with a strike. And I think Kansas in the 120s. We'll check with Bill just as soon as he gets the scores down here. He'll pass them over to us. We're not keeping score for you here today, so we can't keep you up to date from box to box, but we'll give it to you as we come down the line.
Well, it's the Kansas had 119 there to finish off. The Fredericton team have marked go-ahead marks in the last box, every one of them.
Let's be Poulin in with another strike.
Douthwright just pulled off a real good shot. 7-pin remains standing, but real good second ball, and Bobby let his first ball fly down to the left-hand side there. He hit the 4-pin, so not so hot. But he'll be back. Look out for that power. Douthwright's that strong young fellow hailing out of Moncton. All kinds of power. And this boy here is a very compact swinger, Charlie.
He's a good bowler, this Mike Poulin, left-hander. He's tough. They're all tough. That's why they're bowling and we're watching.
That's why we're taking part here, right?
Yeah, right. I'm in the wrong place here, as far as I'm concerned.
9-pin drop over there for Bobby. He's got 1 pin. And he missed it. He let it slide down the right. He cut it off a little bit. He wouldn't be very pleased with that. And the boys will let him know about that one. Awful easy in that third one.
Well, that's very unusual. 3 of those guys missed 9-pin breaks. Usually those 9-pin breaks are sitting ducks, as we call them. And but anyway, they're still okay here. They're going to finish out, I think, ahead in this first string, and you got to go one at a time.
1 string at a time, Don. That's exactly right. Douthwright at 124 that string, and Poulin at 135. So we have excellent scores here. LeBlanc at 120, Chavarie 138, Kansas Snow 119, Douthwright 124. Well, give me your fellows there, Charlie.
Well, Dennen had 116, Thomas 106, Dupuis 135, and Poulin 124.
Excellent bowling. There's no soft spots here at all. Just your second man had a bad string. He'll be right back the next one.
Well, here's Hal finishing out. He pulled that one a little bit. He didn't get it out in a head pin. He got 3 on it. And after 4 men...
401 to 501 to 481. 20
correct.
pins.
20 pins. 28 pins right now.
Hanwell's ahead.
Yeah, correct.
Well, there you have it, folks. We're coming down. We're winding up the first string, and don't you go away, because we have 2 more exciting strings coming to you for the World Candlepin Bowling Championship coming out of Hanwell Bowling Lanes. And we have Moosehead Breweries, our big sponsor, along with the Hanwell Bowling Lanes and the Fredericton Motor Inn. They made it all possible to bring this to you.
Well, certainly, and there was a lot of work on the part of Hal Peterson, certainly, to try to get some of these Canadian teams organized. And, of course, Charlie Milan, he looks after the American teams, and they're always well represented. There are 14 of them. They're organized right now for next year. That's our problem here in Canada. I guess we got to get somebody to grab a hold of this thing and see if we can get some more teams participating from the Canadian side.
Absolutely. Hal Peterson, Donnie, while you were giving the rundown there, he made an excellent shot. He hit the kingpin, took the 4 and 10 out, and another pin, but left that back one. Looks like the 5 pin from here. Picked up a 10. So there you have it. We're winding up. We're going to get the final scores for you here just in a moment. We'll wrap up this first string just in a moment. We'll get the official scores here. We have Bill Hogan here, our producer. He's been our coordinator here. And we had 121 for Lipke. And 128 for Peterson. So we're really coming here, folks. Donnie's going to give you a rundown here of where we stand.
Okay, after the first string, this is not official by any means, but after the first string, the Fredericton team had a 628 to 600 for the New Hampshire team, so that's 28 pins. Here's in front of you, the Tony LeBlanc at 120, followed by Claude Chavarie with 138. Kansas Snow had a 119. Bob Douthwright with a 124, Hal Peterson with a 128 for a total of 628. For the New Hampshire All-Star, Wayne Dennen had a 116, John Thomas with a 106, Dave Dupuis with a 135, Mike Poulin 124, Tim Lipke with 119 gives him 628 pins.
There you have it, folks. That winds up our first string. It's 28 pins for Canada, and that's the Fredericton Hanwell Bowling Lanes. Run away. That's the first box. We're at the World Candlepin Bowling Championships at the Hanwell Bowling Lanes. Canada, the Fredericton team was ahead by 28 pins. We're just started. This is the first box of the second string. So don't go away. What a contest we got for you. Tony LeBlanc just come up. He had a 9-pin break. 10 pins stayed up. It was covered with the wood. He knocked it off. He had a spare. This the same man you have in here, Charlie? Lead off?
Same one, Wayne Dennen. He starts with a 7 box, an old lucky 7 we call it. Tony LeBlanc working here on a mark.
So a 7 for him, and Tony's right in on the pocket again, and he's left up the, looks like the king pin and the 10 pin. If he gets a little break here, he'll play it a little bit below the red mark, and the ball should take the, it didn't, come back. What a shot. What do you think of that
Up,
shot?
over, and back.
Up, over, and back.
Looks good on paper. Ooh. I'd have plowed into all that wood and let it spin around. He tried to cut it.
Well, Donnie, I imagine with the type
Right
of
there.
ball he has, he'd play all the wood, Charlie, wouldn't he? Try to get everything to work?
Well, we certainly, Charlie, we pretty near ruined him in Bathurst last week there, but I see he came back, he finished 5th in the averages. That's a good show, Charlie. Good going.
Well, here comes Claude. Claude had a big 138 his first string.
He still got him spinning.
9-pin break, but he's got that right-hand wood. I'd stay away from that altogether. Now he's all right. He's looking here now. Got a center pin right up. He has no problem there at all.
Anywhere on the right. Oops, the wood's, uh-oh. It's come back.
Yeah, I think it's okay, though, Charlie.
There's quite a shot.
John Thomas snuck one in there.
John, you can expect a good game from him. He had a bad one his first string, so you can expect a good one. I thought that was a bad one. I think the left-hand wood was the shot.
Well, I don't think so, Ike.
Is it back too far?
Yeah, it's
Who
back
knows?
too far.
Well,
Yeah.
let's see if he
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Nope, wasn't there. If he had to go went high down above the red mark, he might have shot. Tough break for Claude. He's got a 9. And John Thomas picked up the first spare for New Hampshire All Stars. And these New Hampshire All Stars, there's no weak links here, folks. Not a weak link.
They won this a couple of years ago, so they're quite a team. They gel good together.
They also eliminated the defending champions, didn't they, to get here, eh? Exeter was the defending champions.
Yeah, Exeter's our old USA South team that
Right.
Is one under 2 or 3 different names. They
Yes,
get different sponsors.
Different sponsors each year, and that's the team that Flynn is with, Bob Kelly, and
Gary Carrington, Jackie Ray.
Right, tremendous team.
They bowl extremely well together.
We had it come down, like I said earlier, folks. We had 22 teams here. 22 teams. We started on Tuesday, and come down through the process. We had 2 divisions, 11 teams in each division. 3 teams advanced, and this is the result here. We're down to 1 team from the United States and 1 from Canada. Fredericton Hanwell Lanes, the New Hampshire All Stars, and they're going for $22,000, $22,900 here. First place, $9,500. Second place, $4,500. A lot of money on the line for these 2 teams. There's a difference of $5,000 here in this 3-string match. Kansas right in the pocket there. He left it. He got a wood there, but I think he's going to lose it. I think possibly, I don't think he can get enough of that one on the right. What do you think, guys?
Well, you never know. The way they jump around here, anything can happen. Dave Dupuis went right through that 2-pin punch and put a second ball right down through the hole. So
He's probably going to play, Kansas probably going to play the left-hand wood here, I think.
The momentum is with Hanwell right now.
Well, it's just 2 marks to 1 right here, Charlie. There's only been 1 mark, but that's a bad box, and Kansas only had a 9. So both had open boxes here. They'll come back with spinning balls here. You don't see many bad boxes with this caliber of bowling.
Bowling here has been just great all week. And when you get down to the end, they just don't seem to get those scores they got all week.
Well, Charlie, don't forget now,
too.
those old arms get a little bit, a little tired.
This is a 5-day marathon is what it amounts to, you know.
Exactly. You bowl everybody once in your division, and then you have to get down, get through the quarterfinals and semifinals to get down here where they are today.
It's physically demanding, as you say, because the Americans are not used to this format. We've gone through a lot of these wars because, as he said, it is a marathon because, it's 5 days of pressure bowling is what it is.
Absolutely. While you were there, Kansas Snow, I think it was the 1-2 pin and the 7.
Snuck one across.
He snuck one across, come over on the kickback, and Charlie said he snuck that across.
But they all look good on paper up there. That's the great part about it, you know.
We may sound a little biased up here, you know what I mean. Charlie on one side, and he should be, and us on the other. Bobby Douthwright, 8-pin break, and look at that ball.
That was hit, that one. That was bam, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Big one. Bobby Douthwright let it slide by. He couldn't get onto that 4-pin. He hit the 7 dead on, so he's going for a 10. So we have 3 marks on each side. We have 2 spares to strike on the New Hampshire side, and we have 3 spares for the Canadian side on the Hanwell Bowling Center. So all of a sudden, it's tied up again, 3 marks each. But Mike is open on a big one, Charlie.
Another strike here would look pretty good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and
Bobby pulled that one down by.
That would give them certainly a boost here because they got a good shot out of here, 3 in a row. Should be able to pick that up.
There's a good shot by Douthwright. He hit that solid. He left those 2 back pins, but good come out. Little tired balls here right at the moment, guys. Easing up just a little, a lot of pressure, a lot of money on the line, a lot of prestige, like you say. And, they're only human.
Takes your toll, all week long they've been here. They ought to try it 2 weeks in a row like we did. And they'd really know.
Charlie come up to Bathurst and bowled in our senior team, and we can work the kinks out of him there. We bowled him every spring in the seniors. And down he comes, and he enters his team. The Main Heat is the name of his team, and he made the quarterfinals.
Well, the reason he bowled every string, I think, is because he could get 100 every string. Some of us couldn't get 100 every string.
We were limping a little. We'll be better next year.
We'll train better.
We'll train. Here's a tough one for Hal. Hal threw it down, cut out the middle. He had the 6-pin stand covered with the wood, and he had the 4 and 7 on the other side. Very tough shot. Picked up a 10.
We're starting the second string like we started the first, just a little slowly, and then all of a sudden, a couple of marks. Somebody gets a couple of marks, and they go from there.
They put that little extra effort into it, folks. That's what you have to do.
Let me tell you the most remarkable thing of the whole week. We've been here since Monday. We bowled in a knockout Monday. They have had not even one malfunction of any one of the machines.
Can you imagine?
I went down and looked at these machines. They are spotless. You could eat lunch off them. Unbelievable. Bill McFadden takes care of them. I've been in a lot of nice places with, you know, their machines are fantastic.
But I told you, this fella could give lessons. This McFadden here, he could give lessons how to keep the maintenance of your lanes.
Unbelievable.
We've been involved for years in it. Hal Peterson just come up with a bomb, fellas. That was in on the 1-3, and just like you said, wham, bam, it's gone. Big ball. Here we go. We're up to the leadoff man again.
No world records here yet, Ike. It's just pretty even. And
average game. Average game right at the present time. They're bowling well. They both had over 120 averages the first string. But that's to be expected with this caliber.
All right, Wayne, here we go.
Tony was in the pocket. He left the diamond 3 back.
There's one for Wayne Dennen off the wall for a strike.
Yeah, well, I don't like the way this is going right now. I have a bad feeling about this string right here.
Well, you think this one's bad, Donnie? Wait till the third one.
I hope to be on my way to Edmonton by then. I'm going to have to leave you fellas.
Well, we're 2-1, and Don's going to leave me, he tells me.
That'll even it up.
We're going to even it up. Charlie and I are going to be head-to-head here for the last string. But, folks, don't you go away. Go get something out of the fridge. Stick right with us. We're here for 2 hours.
A good idea would be to go get a moose head, right, Ike?
Go get a moose head. We're not supposed to say that, I guess, but they're our sponsors, and they've been wonderful sponsors to bowling here in our vicinity. And they're to be commended. This is becoming a big thing, this bowling. Tony had a wood. He thought it was covered. He hit it solid, and it just snuck by that pin. And he nailed that one dead on for his 10. Tony shaking his head going back. He thought he had that one.
Well, as I mentioned, I'm going to have to leave here pretty soon. We have a commitment to bowling clinic in the Edmonton area, so sorry about that, but I'm sure that you and Charlie can certainly carry on. As far as that goes, Charlie, it was a pleasure bowling with you last week, and it was nice to see you again after a few years.
Donnie, it was a lot of fun, and I was really glad to see you be inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame in July up in Danvers, Mass. And no one deserves it any more than you did.
Thank you very much, Charlie.
Yeah, I want to thank you, Don.
Good.
You got to leave us.
Yep.
You teach them up north there. You teach them up north there this afternoon how to do the bowling. And
right. Okay. Good enough. Okay. Good enough. Okay. Bye.
All right. So we say goodbye to Don. He has previous commitments, but Charlie and I are going to carry on here, bring you the last string and a half. And we've got a good one going here, folks. It's back and forth, and I'll tell you, it's going to go down. It's going to go down to the last because they're all pretty even. They're pretty even, these bowlers. They're all 125-plus bowlers, every one of them. And you're seeing Candlepin bowling at its best. This Hanwell bowling team, they really conducted themselves very well this week. They bowl like, just like they can bowl. That's the way to put it. Hal Peterson put an excellent team together here this year. And your team here, Charlie?
Well, we've got a lot of good teams, I think. I think we have a half a dozen teams that could win the tournament. And we're down to the last one that is bowling Hanwell. So
Well, this is what happened with your population over there. You have a lot to draw from. This is one of our better teams. We had 2 or 3 teams just within 2 points there making the quarterfinals, and that was a real dog-eat-dog thing to get in even to the quarterfinals.
Well, we were in it too, so I know how that feels.
That's right. Here comes Kansas Snow. He's got an 8-9 pin break. That 7-pin doesn't seem to want to go here today. Now, Kansas has been getting a lot of 9-pin breaks, so this 7-pin, he's got no help. He's up there alone. He's got 2 inches to shoot at, 63 feet. See what he does. He let it slide by. The boys are missing an awful lot of 9-pin breaks. I think that's the 5th 9-pin break they've missed so far here today.
Bobby Dupuis picks up that 8-pin drop, so kind of even things up here. I think they both had 5 marks, both teams up until now.
So we're going head-to-head here. Kansas missed his. That gives the momentum a little bit to the other side. So back and forth we go. And he throws a strike on it.
He doesn't have to throw a second ball there, so he throws a strike.
No, and I think he's glad of that. When you miss one, Charlie, you don't want another one to shoot at.
No, you'd rather have the strike, or one all wired maybe.
Knock him down there or put one in the front. Preferably good and flat.
Dave Dupuis went through the middle on his, so he only had 4 on that mark, so he's trying to dig out with at least a 9 here.
He's got the 3, and he picked up a 9. He was going for the 10, Charlie.
Well, that's what they all go for. They go for them all.
Go for them all.
Get what you can get. There's a lot of roll down there. You can really steal a lot if you've got some stuff on the ball.
They've got good kickbacks here. They're very lively. It's a fast house that you mentioned earlier, and the average indicate that 137, tie 137.8, I believe, were the high average for the week. Douthwright's got such power that he gets them spinning. Look at this power. Same thing.
Looks like a punch, and you end up with a 9-pin break. That's the remarkable part about it.
Bob hit that well. It didn't drive right straight back. Hampshire comes up. Whoa, and he slid one by. What's going on here, those 9-pin breaks, Joe?
Well, I don't know. I guess...
little tightness?
That old rope's getting tight, isn't it, Ike?
Do you think it's the prestige that's tightening it up, or is it the money?
No, it's not the money. They're not even thinking of money. They're thinking about...
They want to bring it home.
They want to beat each other. One of them wants to bring it home, then they'll cut the money up later.
Yes, there's always money, but when you win one of these things, folks, you'll remember it. There's a strike for Douthwright. He hit that real solid, so that's 2 strikes. 3rd place man, Kansas Snow, gets a strike in the 4th box. Bobby Douthwright.
There's a nice shot.
How do you like that one, folks?
Comes in with a beauty. After he misses
7,
a cripple, a 9-pinner, he picks that up. So
that'll show you the caliber that you have with both teams. 1, 2, 7, 10. Nice shot. And Peterson, he's open on a strike here. So they have 3 strikes open right now, Hanwell. And the All Stars here, I'll tell you, they're not intimidated at all, either team.
Hanwell has the lead by 29 after the first string, and I think they're up a little bit here after all these marks get added up, but it's still a very close match.
I think there's only half a dozen. There's Peterson. Double strike. I'll tell you, folks, you got to have the stuff here. You get at this level, there's no time here to be spooking around. You have to throw that ball, and you got to have stuff on it. Look at that one, right in front of that 10-pin, hit the kickback, bounced away. Good shot here.
But those double strikes really add up, and that's a key shot right at the moment here in this match.
Turns the momentum around to Hanwell again, because Lipke there, he hit his pretty good and it didn't go. He's 27 after 3. Hal's open on a double strike. Here's an important ball, folks. If he gets that in on the 1, 2, or 1 and 3, look out for a splash. He put some stuff into it. He went right through.
He lifted it, too. He just tried to... He wanted that triple, and he just put too much into it and held the ball.
He overthrew just a little bit, Hal, on that one, but that gives him 24 for that box, and that's the worst break you get on a double, Charlie. No wood.
Well, you know, See, he really threw that double away right there. I mean, it's worth some pins, but that isn't really what you want at all.
That's the same as a spare.
Yeah, that's just a, New Hampshire was surely glad to see that.
Yes, there were. And his sixth box. So that's a tough one for Hal Peterson. He'll be back. He threw just a little bad ball and punched 4 out, 3 on each side. Tough to shoot at.
Slid right by.
Great contest going on here, folks. Great contest. Don't go away. Don't miss a bit of it because we're at the World Candlepin Bowling Championship at the Hanwell Bowling Lanes. And we're sponsored by Moosehead Brewery, Fredericton Motor Inn, and the Hanwell Bowling Lanes. And they brought this to you along with Fundy Cable. And Fundy Cable, Rob Johnson out here, he's been looking after us in our singles. He comes up here and he's doing the team event. Very difficult to do our team event. It's the first time for us, but we're going to do the best we can here to bring it to you people out there. We're up the leadoff bowlers again, Charlie.
Well, Tony LeBlanc, 5-pin drop, but anything he's got down there, never count it out. Yeah, he can make anything.
What a power ball.
Yeah.
Here's our scores here. Tony LeBlanc just an excellent spare. He's 5 down there. He whacked it against the kickback. It came back over, slid around, made the spare. In the meantime, the other boy over in the other lane, he threw a good ball. He just missed his, and he went like Hal. He went through the middle on this one. May get a break. Here's Tony. He's on the front one. He's a toughie, this fellow. He left the 6-pin up only, 9 on this mark.
See, what he does is he throws a sweeping hook that goes to the left, and he comes off that left side kick. He and he gets all that wood coming back.
And another, that's 6 9-pin breaks for our fellows. They're going to remember those, They're going to remember those, Charlie. You don't see that too often by these bowlers. Tony's easing up a little bit on that ball. He's not pleased with that at all. I believe he's 92 in the 6th. I'm not sure.
82.
82, is it? Good contest going on, both of these fellows here, and it's going back and forth. You'll never determine the winner on team events until the last ball is fired, because one side will get fired up and then the other. So, great game going on here. Here's Claude, our youngest fellow of the two teams, 22 years of age. What a power ball. What a boomer. Boy, just mark for mark.
Hanwell's pulling away here, Ike, really. They've got a pretty comfortable lead. I was just checking the scores there, and they're up quite a few pins. So
I haven't gotten a counting here from.
They're up 29. They're probably up around 40. The string right now. So they're kind of sneaking away. It doesn't look it, but they are.
No, it doesn't. I thought they were going mark for mark here, but there's a toughie. He was open on a spare, your man. And Claude lets another one go. Boy, these fellows are focused in right now in Hanwell, but it's their way right at the moment. But don't go away. There's no break that these fellows cannot spare, folks. No break.
There it is.
So Claude throws strike spare, and up comes Kansas Snow, and he's open on the strike. So they are pulling away a little bit here. They've outmarked your New Hampshire team 3-1, the first two bowlers coming down the 5th and 6th. So we're having an excellent game here. Charlie's going to get us an accounting here, let us know how we stand. We have our official scores right here to our side.
59 pins. Hanwell's up 59. They've got 3 marks, and the U.S. has got 1.
Kansas open on a big one.
So they've snuck away here.
Yes, the boys seem to be letting up a little bit here, and of course, being the hometown team, a tremendous crowd here, and every mark you hear a roar goes up for this Canadian team. And of course, it's reversed next year. It's over to Brewer, over to Charlie Myland's lane, over in Brewer. So, folks, don't forget the dates. It's in November every year. You see the World Candlepin Bowling Championships.
Around November 15th. It's the weekend that starts on the Monday before Thanksgiving week in the U.S. So it's, I think, November, 14th that starts next year, or the 16th, whatever.
Kansas played that high on the tip. It hit the tip of the wood, and the ball just flew by the 4 and 7 pin. So he's going for 10. Picks up a 9.
New Hampshire's got to kick it in right here, or they can head for the door.
You think so? Oh, never. We're only halfway there, Charlie.
Well, it's a way. They're missing the head pin, and when they're hitting it, they're doing that. So.
Yeah, a little tired, maybe?
Well, I don't know. They're all young fellas. I just think that they're just not doing it, that's all. They're not clicking.
Well, you know, this is only a string and a half. You and I both have seen so many matches. All it takes is a double strike or a double spare. The momentum will switch right back over to the other side. Never count anything in the middle. You know what? You know what Kenny Rogers says. Lots of time for counting after the game is done. But they are getting the momentum here.
Yogi Berra always said it ain't over till it's over.
You got it. There's a nice try. 4 and 7 trying to pitch that ball over to take the 10 pin. Nice shot.
There's another mark with Kansas.
Kansas picks up a mark. Now you're coming to Bobby Douthwright. This is our heavy bowler, folks. If he's in the groove, if he's around the front one, he's got such power, such spin. I've watched him for so many years. I know the caliber of bowler that this boy is. Real heavy. He's standing up straight here today. That's not like Bobby Douthwright. He's usually down practically on one knee when he's at his best. And that's why he slid it by, Charlie, the front pin.
Well, as I said, Ike, we started on Monday, and this is Saturday, and we're still at it here. There's only 2 teams left.
Yes, he's not bowling his game right here now. That's not Bobby Douthwright at all up there. When Bobby Douthwright's thrown, he's down on the lane. And that's not his ball. I can tell just by his style. I don't know whether he's hurting or what it is, but he's got to bend that right knee, get down a little on the lane, get the momentum into his ball. So let's check him out this time. And when you see him standing up, you know you can't roll the ball with any momentum. See if Bobby will come back here and change his style a little bit. So here we go. There's one right in the kingpin. Left the 4 diamond over to the right, Charlie.
Well,
you play these outside or in. How do you want this shot?
Oh, I'm going to play that inside, I would. He will too, I'm pretty sure.
Inside shot. Wow.
By the head pin again. They're all going by that head pin. He's inside.
Yes, he did.
Now he's outside. He missed.
He missed, but he gave it a great shot. If I was Hal, I would be having a good look at what Bobby is doing up there and maybe be able to correct him, because he's way off the beam here right now. Yeah. He's going along at about half speed. So here comes Peterson. Both anchor men, they haven't got a mark they're bowling on. So we have 2 open marks coming down the 5th and 6th for Hanwell, and we have 1 for the New Hampshire All Stars. Have we or none? No, we haven't got any.
It's only 37 pins. I guess I didn't count right.
37 pins.
Yeah.
And 2 open for Hanwell.
There's a power ball, a real power ball. Swish.
He comes from a bowling family, this fellow.
Oh, what a shot by Lipke.
What a shot there by Lipke. What a ball.
There's the one that could turn it around to get him going a little bit, but they're down a lot of pins.
They got them talking here right now. The boys, I told you, they make a good shot like that. They're getting keyed up here. They're not going to lay down, Charlie, these fellas.
Oh, no. They'll never lay down, but they got to dig back now because they're in a hole.
Yes, and they got the crowd against them here a little bit, too, you know.
If he throws it, well, that doesn't mean a thing. When I used to bowl years ago, the more they hollered, the more I'd pound it to the opposition.
That's right. They quieten the crowd down. Look at this. 2 good shots by both of these fellas.
They both got easy shots.
Hal converted his. Lipke get a 9-pin break with a 6-pin up. And he converts his. So bang, bang. Strike spare for Hal Peterson. Timmy Lipke, 2 spares. Spare with 9 on to another one. Up comes the leadoff man. Neither one of them are open.
39 pins roughly, and 3 marks to 1 Hanwell is up.
39 pins for Hanwell, folks, at the end of the 6th. Tony LeBlanc pushes it through. He played the 2 over in the left here. Tried to cut it over in the diamond. A lot of cut shots here now, Charlie.
Well, they better stop making them.
Tony gave it a shot, drove the kingpin right back, right through. He'll go for the diamond.
Too thin. Just went by.
Just went by.
9 for Tony. 9 for Wayne. Oops, 8 for Wayne.
8 for Wayne. So they're coming into the 8th box right now. Neither one of them open, and I don't know what their score's on, but they're quite close. Hanwell Bowling Lanes leading this one. Charlie just gave me a count around 39 pins. They won the first string by 28. So they have a little edge right now, but 3 or 4 balls changes the momentum.
There's a 9-pin drop.
7 pins standing up there for the New Hampshire All Star leadoff man. Great bowlers here, these New Hampshire. And he's dead on that. He hit that dead on. They're getting keyed up again. They know they need some marks right now, and they're going after them.
9 for Tony LeBlanc. So Tony's 100 after 8 and 78 in the ball for Wayne Dennen.
So there you have it. And here comes the power baller. Claude, he's got it going. If he keeps it in the groove, he's a crasher. Keep your eye on this young fella hailing out of Moncton. Claude Chavarie.
He's got a mark. 7 on it. Right through the middle.
Yeah, he's got the middle. He'll go the left-hand side, Charlie, wouldn't he not? Try to cut that over, your man?
I don't know which way he'll go. Depends on which way his ball breaks. He's going to... I'd go left myself. I don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah, he's got a wood in back there, but it's no good, I don't think, if he goes to the right. Claude missed his. He tried to split the 2 on the left. Took off the single.
He went left.
I guess we called that one right. We were all in agreement that time, you and I and the bowler. So we're having quite a contest here, coming to you from the Hanwell Bowling Lanes, sponsored by Moosehead Brewery. Hanwell Bowling Lanes and the Fredericton Motor Inn, the World Candlepin Bowling Championship. We're down to the final match, going for $22,900. $9,500 for first place, $4,500 for second place, and we're in the second string. Going along very well. Big crowd. They're right behind this Canadian team, this Hanwell bowling team, and they've never won this event. This is the 8th or 9th year, Charlie?
9th year.
9th year. They've never won it.
Next year will be our 10th year. They said we never could do it. And we've got 10 years in. 9 years this year, and we'll have 10 next.
And it's getting bigger and better, Charlie. This year, the Canadian teams dropped off a little bit, but I know they'll be back next year with
they're all
more
set
entries.
for next year. I bowled all my life, and everything going. This is the greatest thing ever put together for candlepins. There is nothing better than this tournament. There's a lot of money in it, but the prestige and the caliber of bowling, the competition, because we get the best from both sides. And it's the bowlers just live from year to year to bowl in this tournament. It's unbelievable.
Well, you have your best out of the United States there. They come all the way up from the Boston area, all the way from Boston down.
Yeah, from Springfield, way up in Springfield. I have teams waiting to get in. And we gave them back a spot this year because we had a team that had some problems. And rather than take another team, we want it back to 12 and 12 because that's what we've had it for a long time.
I see.
And then it's even on both sides.
Kansas open on it. He throws a strike on it. A big ball, a big spot there for a strike. Kansas, no. And that's the way he's performed all week, folks. 137 average for the week. And that's bowling 27 strings. Big drop there for Kansas. So we're getting into the nitty-gritty here. We're coming down the 7th and 8th of the second string. Not too many marks open, but you have to appreciate
There's one they needed, Ike. They needed that. That was off the side kick, and a lot of bowlers, that's lucky, they say. That isn't, that's because of the English on the ball, and that's how it works.
All kinds of spin on the ball. Makes the pin bounce.
It does when you got that kind of power, because that's most of these guys, George LeClure is pulled with Alfies, and he threw a much slower ball, but he was really accurate, and he doesn't get that, although he got plenty of spin with his ball, too.
There's Kansas. There it is. Double strike. And that takes the momentum back over to Hanwell. They're all hepped up, the crowd's behind. Listen to the roar go back there, folks. What a game. But does that fit them any? Look at this. 9-pin break.
There's one. They needed that bad, really bad. They needed
that bad is right, and what a ball he threw there.
And they need a double here, too. The New Hampshire's got to have a double somewhere right shortly here in this string.
Yeah, the pressure was on there, Charlie, and their man come up, and that's showing what type of bowlers are. Kansas threw a double strike. He gets up there bowling on a spare, and right behind him throws another one. Big strike. I'd get Bobby under there, I would say. Bobby's an old buddy of mine going back, but I know Bobby, and I know how he bowls. He's hurting somewhere that he can't bend because he's right up in the air. And that's not his game, believe me. I don't know whether Hal's aware of that or not, but I imagine he is. He knows all his bowlers.
Well, Mikey Poulin come in with a mark. Now he'd sure like to drop one here, I'll tell you.
Yes, that'll bring the momentum right back over. That's 4 marks coming down the line for New Hampshire, and only just the double strike alone and 1 spare. Claude had a spare, so it's 4-3 coming down the 7th and 8th. Good shot over there by Bobby, but he's got 2 back pins.
Slid that one in. 8-pin drop on that mark.
Yes, he's got the 1 and 3 there. If he hits the front one, that'll drive the other one back and give him his spare. So we're having a lot of good shots here right at the moment. There it is. There it is. The boys are hepped up. They're hepped up. Don't you think these fellas are laying down? They're coming right back. That's strike, spare, the last 3 boxes. And up comes Peterson. Peterson, I can't see his score, but I know that he's had a double strike, spare with a box in between there.
He's 85 and a ball after 6.
He's 85 and open, folks, in the 6th box. Hal Peterson on the right-hand side. So Tim Lipke. Tim is open also. He threw to a 9-pin spare, and I think, and another spare in the 5th and 6th. So we've got a good one going. Hal's on the front one, but he left that there one hanging over there, the 6th pin. And here comes Lipke. I'll tell you, this has turned into a contest here now. The boys are wound up.
He better throw another one.
They're coming now, these fellas.
Ooh.
I'll give that a shot. He split the 2, but he got a 2 solid, drove them right back into the pit. He wanted that thin, Charlie. Cut it over in that 6 pin.
There's a 10. 102 for Hal after 7. Lipke is 86 and a ball.
So there's not much between them.
No, he's coming back because he was down quite a bit.
Yeah, Lipke's thrown 3 marks in a row. He's 19.
If he can throw a strike here,
19, 20, and open. Yes, Hal let that one go. I want you to know these fellas are throwing balls here, these anchor men. Look at this.
He got it.
There it is. The power's there now, guys.
Hal's going to have a spare, though. Ray Charles could make this shot.
Ray Charles could knock that one off, he said. Nice line. There they go, folks. You're seeing Candlepin bowling at the best. The New Hampshire All Stars had their leadoff man open with a spare. They've got their 3rd place man with a strike. They get the 4th place man with a spare. And they have a double strike. Is that a double strike he's got?
That's a double. That's a double.
That's big. And they're coming on.
They're coming a little.
They're coming on. Tony missed the front one. He's got the 4 horsemen down the line. He's got to split the 1 and 2 to knock this. What an exciting match here. There's 9 on that mark and another one. All of a sudden, those 30 or 40 pins, they're gone.
Do you think these fellas are a little limber, these young fellas, the way they're slipping and sliding and diving?
Boy, must be great. Have no arthritis. So Tony has missed his spare. He's got a 9. We've got 6, 7 marks in a row for New Hampshire here. The 3rd place bowler, the 4th, and the anchor bowler, and now the leadoff bowler. All of a sudden, it's all marks. They were out of it for a minute, and they're right back.
Missed the head pin, but he come out good. He got a 7-pin drop. Wayne Dennen here for New Hampshire.
Big game, and here comes Tony. He's on the front one, but now the momentum switched over to New Hampshire, folks. The American team is on the move.
Missed that one.
He missed that one. That would have been 8 marks in a row for them. So when you get 8 marks in a row, you got to gain some.
Oh, yeah, they're gaining, no question.
Oh, big time.
Need every one of those pins, see, those singles.
That's 113 for your man.
119 for Tony LeBlanc from Hanwell.
And 119 for Tony LeBlanc. So that's a bad string for Tony because he averaged way up in the 130s here for the 27 strings to get into this.
You know, I think Tony might be hurting a little bit. He might have a sore shoulder. He might have a bad hip. I think that he's not 100%. I don't know that, but I think that.
I think if you find out the truth be told from these guys, this young fellow looks the most limber of all of them. I don't think he's bowled as number of strings that Tony, Kansas, and Hal has. Maybe it'd pick him up here in the averages.
He bowled 18, and I bowled 16 out of the 30 strings. So.
Yeah, this young fellow should be right in shape here for this. Let it slide by. You can't miss those. You got to pick those up. You can't let the momentum slide too far over here. Or
whoa, shot pin, almost. Shot pin.
He gave that a good shot. He missed a shot. He wasn't looking there. He went to tip that on the way by. And they both come up with 10s. We're the second bowlers. We're at the Hanwell Bowling Lanes World Candlepin Bowling Championship. Moosehead Breweries is the big sponsor, along with Hanwell Bowling Lanes. They're another big sponsor, Fredericton Motor Inn. They've been the host for all the American teams, and they're our 3rd sponsor bringing this all to you.
110 for Chavarie, 93 for Thomas right now.
That's in the 9th box.
9th box.
So here we go. He's got one here, Charlie. He's got a wood over here. He's got to go to the left-hand side. That other wood in the center is no good unless he goes way up handy the tip.
They can both make these shots.
Yep. Woo.
Thomas missed his.
Thomas missed his on the right-hand side. Let's see if Chavarie can get that wood over. Woo! Big shot there. That's like picking up 2 marks. That's like picking up 2 marks. You get one of those. Your opponent misses it. You pick up yours. And, boys, don't you think the pressure isn't on. A lot of stress on these fellows here. Like Charlie said, it's for the prestige. It's never been won by a Canadian team before. We're in our 9th year. What an excellent showing they've made this year. Here comes Chavarie, going right through 3. And that was a big ball there, right through the middle.
123, so for Hanwell, it's 242, and for New Hampshire, it's only 215.
So, but we're coming down into the nitty-gritty here. Kansas open a double strike, and here's another double strike for New Hampshire.
Unbelievable the way they're pounding back and forth now.
Yes, they are.
So New Hampshire's moving. They really...
Oh, and Kansas pulled his. He only got 4 on his. He pulled it to the right-hand side. He didn't let it go. Kansas didn't let it go. Double strike over here for New Hampshire. Kansas was on a double, punched out 4. Let's see if he can clean these up here. Get in on the 1 and 2.
You know, they had him on the run, Ike.
Yes, they did.
They really did. I thought they did, and now it's, who knows now? Who knows?
Momentum the other way.
Goes.
Oh, boy. It's on the move here now.
4 and 6 on a double is that isn't very good.
No, it's not. And he went for the pins in 7.
This guy, Dupuis, throws another one now. Watch out.
That's right. That'll erase everything. Here it goes. There's the big one.
Whoa!
There it is.
He's got a triple.
Triple strike. That's a big ball. Oh. That's heavy stuff. That closes the gap. There's no doubt about that. This is a close contest again. It's right back down, I would say, pretty even game.
Well, he got a break there, so he's coming back.
Kansas got a break here. He's got 3 pins down the right-hand side. So that's quite a comeback here. These boys here, he really threw them in there. 3 excellent shots, 3 strikes for, what's this fellow's name, Charlie?
Dave Dupuis.
Dave Dupuis.
Kansas comes back with 1.
There's pressure bowling, folks. A guy throws a triple strike on you. You got 3 pins, no wood. He knocks it off. Good ball by Kansas Snow. Nice bowling. All of a sudden,
Dave's on a run. He's running.
Oh.
He just run out of gas.
Well, he let that one run out of gas. He punched that 2 out. He didn't want to do that, I'm telling you.
He pulled it.
Yeah, he pulled it.
But he's on his last box, so that doesn't mean anything if he gets something good here.
That's right. That's right, if he cleans it up.
Come out of it all right.
Not bad. He did the same
6
as
and
Kansas.
6, yeah.
That's right. Excellent game.
147 for Kansas, 155 for Dave Dupuis.
There you have it. 147 for Kansas Snow. 155 for Dave Dupuis. How do you like that, folks, for bowling? You got it, and
389 for Canada, 370 for the U.S. It's Hanwell, and Hanwell is 19 ahead of New Hampshire right now. But we've got another double on the end with Lipke coming up.
That's right. And you had a spare right there. So all of a sudden, she's a new ball game.
Bobby Douthwright back with a mark. Mike Poulin misses a shot.
Yes, he had a good shot at that. All he had to do was hit that front one, Charlie, and that was gone.
Right there, he gets himself a 10.
So we're going to have a close one finishing up here because that triple strike made up a lot of pins for New Hampshire. And like we said, don't count them out.
They could get the 29 back. I didn't realize we're that close. It's possible.
Oh, yes.
You know, it's going to be nip and tuck with a string to go.
I'd get Bobby out of there because he's not down. I think he only had around 100.
You better go over, Ike, and pull him.
Well,
Give him the hook.
I'm an observer. But I've seen these
You'd
fellas
like
ball.
to be over there running it. Who are you kidding? Just like I would on the other side.
Absolutely. Yes.
Only I'd rather be bowling, I'll tell you, because, you know.
Well, that's the truth.
I'm far from done bowling, let me tell you.
Yeah. We're going to bowl our best when we go to Halifax next year, and that's seniors. I have no doubt that
I'm going to train all summer.
We're going to train all summer.
Well,
okay.
I go to Florida all winter, and it takes me a while to get back in the groove when I come home in May.
Well, here we go. We're down to the 2 anchor men, and
100. One how much?
We're getting the 4th place scores here, folks.
100 for Bobby.
I didn't think he was throwing a good ball there.
125 for Mikey Poulin.
Yeah.
So it's 495. And Lipke threw on that strike and got a 6-pin drop.
He's got another one sitting there pretty good as long as that wood doesn't go in front of the 7-pin. He'll get the 3 on the right, but the other one's in question.
New Hampshire's up 6 pins after 4 men, the first 4.
Uh-huh. The other one stayed up.
Too high.
10-pin.
He hit it too high.
He had to hit it pretty good to straighten it out to get the 7-pin, and in doing that, he left the 10-pin standing.
Hal's got the 5-7-8. I've seen him make this a lot of times. Well, he took out the 7-5-8.
This is some contest, folks. We're getting right down here, right down to the last box to find out where this string stands. We'll have our official score over here.
129 right now for Peterson, 121 for Lipke. So 8 pins. So Canada, Hanwell's up 2 pins right now. 31 overall in the whole match. Hanwell's ahead.
Lipke just missed the kingpin. Peterson fires down on the front one. He left them scattering around. He got it going. 9-pin break for Peterson.
Boy, that was a power break. And
all kinds of stuff in that ball.
131 for Peterson. Peterson is 2 pins ahead, so it's 8 pins up the U.S. They made a little mistake here, nothing serious.
9-pin break here for Hal. They let it drift by. That's 7 9-pin breaks. I'm counting those 9.
So it's 21 pins. Hanwell's 21 ahead in the whole match.
21?
21. They've cut it down. Uh-oh, here we go. They're all rolling.
That's his last ball, I think, Charlie.
Is it?
I think so. I think he was going for an 8 or a 9 there.
139 for Hal Peterson.
139 for Peterson to finish up his second string. We'll get these totals for you here, folks, and let you know where we stand before we get on to the third string.
634 for New Hampshire.
We haven't been keeping score for you here, so we
628, so it's 23 pins overall.
Strings of the World Candlepin Bowling Championships. We have 23 pins, you say, Charlie?
23.
23 pins separate these two teams going to go into the third string. 23 pins, $9,500 for first place, $4,500 for second. So don't you go away. We're going to be right back with the third string just in a moment. Candlepin Bowling Championships here at Hanwell Bowling Lane. We've got about 1,000 people here, folks. We're on the last string of a 5-day event. We're going for $22,900. There's 23 pins between these two teams. It's a team event. And the world champions will be crowned here within an hour. So here we go. It's the final string of the World Candlepin Bowling Championship. So the first box was thrown by Tony LeBlanc. He just let that slide by. He made a good shot, but it did not go for him. And the same thing happened over here in New Hampshire. He took the 6-pin, left up the 10. 10 for Tony LeBlanc, and 9 box here for Wayne Denver. So all of a sudden, we're started off both an open box. So Tony LeBlanc, the leadoff man for this Canadian team, and Wayne Dennen, he's the leadoff man for the New Hampshire All Stars. We've had some game here, back and forth, triple strikes, double strikes. Great for league bowlers. See how these things should be played.
Tony pulled up by that head pin again. There's one. There's a roll. 7-pin drop for Wayne Dennen.
Wayne's got a good break there. 3 down the line. Split him and he's got it. Tony's got a bad one. 3 on one side, 2 on the other. 1 ball left. He hit it dead on. Pressure's on, folks. Big dollars.
Big time.
Big dollars here. Pressure's on. 6 for Tony LeBlanc. He picked that pin right out. Unusual for Tony. And an 8. I think the pressure's coming a little bit here, Charlie.
Big time.
Big time pressure. And here's the young fella, Chavarie, the boy with the big backswing, big ball, spinning ball. When he's in the front, he's a crasher, folks. He's a crasher. When he gets that ball in, boom. There you go, 9-pin break. Bang. 9-10. No, sir, it wiggled a little bit. They're both have 9-pin drops. Chavarie's got no wood. I think he should play the wood. I think there's one in back there. He should carry that one.
Well, you never know.
Go for the pin. Chavarie knocks his off. Dead on. He played the wood.
John Thomas made his.
John Thomas had that wood, and he had a wood in back for backing there and made the ball slide over. So this is dog-eat-dog here. This is going to go right down. You can tell the way the momentum's been going back and forth. When you think one team is going to walk away, back comes the other team with a double or triple strike. Big 18 for Chavarie.
8 for Thomas,
Big
too.
18 for Thomas. He's got to go high. Chavarie's got to go high on this shot over the right-hand side. If he goes too low, he won't make his shot. The other one, I think it's wired.
I don't know whether either one of them are. Can't tell till they throw.
Got to go back. He went too low. Too low. Let's have a look at this one.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah, you had to hit the pin on the right.
Two tough shots. One went one way and one went the other. So we have the 8-pin stand for one of them and the 7-pin for the other. 10 and 10. There you go, folks. Every pin counts here. Now we have a change in the lineup here. As I mentioned to you earlier, Bob Douthwright was not throwing his ball. He wasn't bending his knee. He had a bad string. In comes Kenny Hopper. Kenny Hopper hails out of Moncton. He's a crasher. He throws it well out. Lots of spin on the ball. He got a bad break. He's got the 2-1. He'll play the 2 on the right-hand side, try to cut it over. Another cut shot. They're starting out this string slow, Charlie.
Well, they both are, so we'll see. He's got a lot of wood there. He might give this a ride. You know, anything can happen. They'll slide and slip. And
you got to get this fella another pair of bowling shoes, Charlie. I'm watching him up the pro chair. He's slipping a little bit. You watch his feet here when he starts.
Well, I think that's the way he bowls.
Is that the way he bowls? He's sliding in on him.
Yeah, he's going to slide down into the pit.
You watch his feet here, and he's slipping a little bit when he's going. I don't know whether that
seems to be his form, I guess.
It's his form? All right, we'll call him. He's a slider. He chucks him in there.
He's a slipper and a slider. Dave Dupuis.
Ed Dupuis. We put a nickname on Eddie. He's the slider on this team. Here comes Hopper. He puts the spinner down there, cuts out 2 on the right. They have to come up with something here. And 2 on the left. I think the pressure's telling $9,500 for first and the World Championship crown. So there's a lot at stake here on a 1 string. 23 pins in the difference. What a contest. Now there's a mess. He's got to go for the king pin here, get the ball to take the 4 and 7, try to get the pin to go over and take the 6 and 10.
Nice 10 for Kenny Hopper.
Hopper pulls out a 10. He's not happy with it because he's a crash bowler. He can pull them off. There it is, folks.
Nice 9.
Beautiful 9 there for our little slipper. He threw her down there. What a 9. Hit the king pin. Just went as we called it. Pin went one way, the ball went the other. And up comes John Thomas. John Thomas and Kansas Snow. They're
Mike Poulin.
Oh, Mike Poulin. They moved him around.
Yep. Kansas has gone down into 4th.
I see. They moved them around a little bit. Okay. Kansas 4th man here. No, he's in. Yes, he is. A lot of stuff here. Both of them missed the kingpin. But if they hit the kingpin here, there'll be a crash. See if they can come up with a shot. Kansas hit it well. It just went by that back pin.
And Mike Poulin goes by the head pin, so both open here.
We're having quite a contest here, folks. It's really going to come down to the final few boxes, I feel, because you can see it back and forth. And every pin is so important. You only have to win by 1 pin to win the world title here, Charlie.
There's only 24 pins separating these 2 teams now. With whatever boxes that are left, there's, almost a full game left. There hasn't been many bowls. That's what it's down to.
All pressure balls there now. Kansas kind of overthrew his a little. There's a good ball. Tight balls, Charlie.
Yeah, nothing there.
Nothing there. I don't know. He's got a wood there. May splash around. Kansas got 3 in the corner. See if he can pick them up. He missed it. Things have tightened up somewhat.
It's tightened up a lot.
Yeah.
Look at that.
We're getting some splashes here now. We have a little bit of lull in the action, but don't you go away, because when you get into the middle of this and they start marking each one of them, that's the way it'll go. Mark for mark.
7.
So we've only got 1 mark on each side, Charlie, so far, and we've got 8 boxes bowled. So don't let that fool you.
1 mark apiece.
So we had 634 total for the All Stars. The last one to 627 for Hanwell Lanes. It's still over 120 per bowler. So this is the caliber of bowling we have here, folks. The World Candlepin Bowling Championship. Up comes Hal Peterson. He's got a 9-pin drop. Lipke comes up. He's got 2 on one side and the 7-pin on the left. This is serious stuff now. Every shot's a serious shot. The pressure's on. Can Hal pick up the single? No. That's about the 8th single they've missed.
They've missed a lot of them.
Yeah.
And Lipke misses his. He hit the wrong pin.
I think he should have went for the 2, Charlie.
Oh, he did. He did. He just missed it. That's all.
Yeah.
He pulled it.
Oh, it's 9 for Hal and 9 for Lipke. We're going along here. We can add these up in our head.
Yeah, there aren't many marks here. It's things have slowed down here in the end.
This is the best bowlers that we have in the world, in the Candlepin bowling. We got the top ones here, and you're watching the action at Hanwell Bowling Lane.
There's a strike for Hal Peterson.
He didn't make any mistake in that one. Neither did Lipke. He's right there.
Back with a 9-pinner, and
you can depend, folks. When one side gets a mark, you'll see the others put a little extra effort into it here. He's got a double wood. That'll carry, Charlie.
Well, he'll go for the pin. We're on an angle here. I don't think he's going to play any wood. Maybe he should have. Well, there's a lot of room there, I think. We're just way over here.
Yeah, we're on the side
here,
folks.
Missed the shot.
We
That's
missed
a big one. Look at that.
But all he had to do was go here. He had a double wood. The wood had nowhere to go but hit the pin. And he feels bad about that one, I'm sure. But if you see the pin, you're supposed to play it.
You got to, yeah, but not on a, when you're down to the end like this and you got a shot like that, sometimes, you play them safe, and that's safe. So I don't know. It's easy for me to sit here. I'm not bowling.
We haven't missed too many shots back here.
No, we haven't. I'm 1,000% right now.
Tony's splitting them here now. He hasn't had a break yet. He's got 2 and 1. He's got the 6 and 10 and the 7-pin up. All these balls are a little tight, folks, because you got to realize this is the World Candlepin Bowling Championship, and they're going for the works here. The final string, you imagine, you're going for practically $10,000. One string, that's what it's coming down to.
10 apiece.
10 apiece, and Tony's not pleased the way he's going. I think he's overthrown a little bit. You can tell with these fellows when they got the nice smooth motion coming down the approach, letting it go with a little spin on the ball. A lot of action then.
Oh, there's a roll. Got a 9-pinner out of it.
Yeah, the 7-pin standing, and Tony comes up. He's got a 9-pinner with the 5-pin standing. So they get 9-pin breaks each. I don't know. We have 2 woods. They don't want to play the wood this time. Want to play the pin. He played the wood this time.
They're going to play him safe.
They're going to play them safe. They're not going to get stung twice. Tony played his dead on, so mark for mark. Mark for mark. Three marks for Hanwell, 2 marks for the New Hampshire All Stars, and that's after coming down the 3rd and 4th box for our leadoff man. So we've got a real good contest going here. This is top bowling. Top bowling. There's your key. This young fella's getting them hepped up here. It's the one they need. It's going to go, but a lot of boxes. A lot of boxes here, believe me.
There's a lot left. You're right.
Oh, my.
A lot left.
You can't go by a mark or 2 because the caliber of bowling we have in front of us here, any one of them can come up with a double strike. Any one of them. When you see that first strike, Charlie, you're looking for that big double. That's when they add up.
He sure would like to have the biggie here. This could give them a little cushion.
He's got to let it go. You can't hang on to it. He's got that nice smooth motion. You let it go.
John Thomas is in with a nothing.
He slid it by on the left-hand side. He hit the 2-pin, drove out. He's got 4 pins left, and that's a tough back pin there. You got to have a little luck to get this one. Your man over there, Charlie, get the front one to hit, eh?
Here he is. No,
ooh,
almost.
Nice shot.
Oh, didn't turn around.
Didn't turn.
Sometimes it turns and hits it and went right by.
That's a tough back pin there. Sometimes if you split it thin, it'll go against the kickback and roll over and take that back pin.
Nice.
That time he didn't do it.
Overthrew on that one.
So up comes Kenny Hopper. Kenny here, he's no novice. He's been on more championship teams than I can tell you about. He bowled with the old T&M team, won 5 provincial titles in a row. He's a splasher. If he's on his game, he can throw big, big ones at you. He's off that front pin. He's only averaged, I think, Kenny, this tournament around 120, 22 or something. And on these fast pins, that's not a lot.
Pretty tough call to pull him in the last string here. That's hard for a guy to come in like this. And,
he'll be better on the back end, I think, Charlie, once he gets...
Oh!
That was a nice shot over there.
Dave Dupuis almost pulled that 2-pin punch into a spare, but he left the 10 in the right-hand corner.
He's the fellow that put them right back into the last game, wasn't he?
Threw that triple, right?
Yeah, he threw the triple strike. Tremendous bowler, a lot of power. He's got a compact swing. Little short fella here, he comes right down, all kinds of power. Hopper's leaving one. He's got the 4-pin over there in the 10. That's a toughie. He's got to get some action.
Come out of it all right. He's got a wood on the right. He might be able to slide that wood all the way over.
You played on the tip, trying to bounce it. He did bounce it and went right over in front of the 10-pin. Nice try for Kenny Hopper. Coming down, we're coming down, folks. We're down the 3rd and 4th. Third bowler on the 3rd and 4th box.
No marks, hardly any marks.
Pressure's on, it's pressure time. Don't forget, we're going for $10,000, $9,500 actually for first place, $4,500 for second. And that's a lot of money, folks, come down to one string. There's $22,900 in this World Candlepin Bowling Championship. And this is sponsored by Moosehead Breweries, Hanwell Lanes, and the Fredericton Motor Inn.
Tough break for Mikey Poulin here.
See those two woods hit together there. It stopped all the action.
Kansas is turning them over now.
Yeah, I think he's hurting a little bit like the rest of them. They bowled here all week. They bowled hard. 137 average for the week, this Kansas Snow. He did himself proud, believe you me. He missed the front one again. Less than one that's left, Charlie.
That's it. Whatever happens, Kansas got him here. He and Tony LeBlanc and Hal Peterson. Hal had 135. He was only a couple of pins behind him, so they had the 3 top bowlers out of the first 4.
Yes, Hanwell Lanes did very well in the singles this year. We had Don Gauche challenge J.C. Campbell in the final of the singles, and J.C. come out the victor, and he picked up big dollars in the singles, $2,800. Big dollars for the singles this year, Charlie.
Yes, that's every year it's big. We get a lot of bowlers in that every year. We always get about 80. Fell the wrong way.
Fell the wrong way for Kansas. He got a very fine cut here.
Let me tell you, if he makes this one, he'll bring the house down.
The house will come down because there's no wood. He's going to play it on the right-hand side of the right pin, try to cut it over, and see what happens. He gave it the old college try. He wasn't far. A little too thick. A little too thick. They're right in the void here, these fellas. They're going very slow right now. Very slow. Hal Peterson is open on one of the marks here for Hanwell Lanes. He's open on a strike in the second box. But don't expect this to continue this way, folks, because it's going to be big stuff. We're coming down now to the anchormen on the 3rd and 4th box, and Hal Peterson open on a big strike.
Let me tell you, if he throws a strike here, it's over. Because that's the way they're bowling this match. No, forget it. He pulled it.
He pulled it over.
They're all doing the same thing. Every one of them.
Every one of them.
Whoever can get on fire here could pull it out for either team. If one bowler can take off, they'll win it for their team, because these guys are, I mean, they're up tighter than I don't know what. There it is. There's a big shot.
That's a big shot right there by Hal Peterson, the anchor man for the Hanwell Bowling Lanes.
There's another one.
Another one by Mike
he stayed
Lipke.
with him. So these guys.
Stayed with him, Mike Lipke. What a shot. 2 on the right, 2 on the left. He makes the shot. They're both open on spares. And we must say to you here that, Charlie, this Bill and Mike, the two mechanics here, they never had one breakdown throughout the whole tournament.
Unbelievable. I had already said that earlier in our telecast, and their machinery here is in unbelievable condition.
Yes, we must say to them, thank you from all the bowlers, because they certainly turned in a real fine performance here.
Hal went after him, but he went right through the middle. 4 on his mark. And
pushed it right through.
Timmy Lipke got 5 on his with a roll. It didn't carry.
So everything is tightness right now. I also want to thank Carol Randall. She's the gal that's put out all the statistics all week. Carol Randall is in there on the computer. She gave us all these statistics, and great gal, Carol. Did a great job, an excellent job. We want to thank you from all the bowlers.
Ooh, Hal pulled that one.
Vadney Cable, they're doing this proud. They're here today doing the World Candlepin Bowling Finals, and that's something for them. They've been doing a great job here on our singles and on our team event. We want to thank Vadney Cable for doing this for us. Well, we're getting some splits over here now, folks. It's not all that exciting right now. Tony LeBlanc was on a spare. He got 8 on it. He's going to go way over, try to get a splash off the ball. Didn't happen. A lot of good shot making going here, but it's going for 10s. Here's the partial scores. Tony LeBlanc is 25 after 3. Claude Chavarie, Tony was 35 and open. Kansas Snow is 37. Hal Peterson is 50. Wayne Dennen, he's 37 and open. John Thomas for the other team is 48, not open. Dave Dupuis is 40, he's 37, not open. Mike Poulin is 30. He's off to an 8-7, 8-7 game. And Tim Lipke is 44. We're not up to the big scores we're used to here, but it's early. There's a big shot. There's a leadoff man for New Hampshire All Stars. He gets a strike, trying to get the boys wound up. Tony gets 3 and 2. He goes over, and the 7-pin stayed up. What a shot by Tony LeBlanc. He cut the 3 over onto the 2. The 7-pin, unfortunately for Tony, stood up, so he's going for his 10.
It's 47 pins. Hanwell is ahead of the New Hampshire All Stars right to this ball, and the New Hampshire All Stars have a strike, 2 balls. So it's 47 less 2 balls. That's right to now. This is overall in the whole works.
Can you imagine, folks? You're going for $9,500, and you're right there. There's only 40 pins. A double strike will take all that away. So everybody's got the pressure on them. Every ball you throw, they're trying to get everything you can. Split the 2 in the right over here, Claude, and see if you get a roll. Slid by, Charlie.
So did that one.
How do you see it so far?
New Hampshire doesn't look to me like they're going to, they're 47 down, and they got a little more than a half a string left, and they don't look like they're going to ignite, but that's what it looks like.
You never know. Those last 4 are so important, boy.
So now it's 46 pins.
That's where the pressure's on.
46 less 2 balls, so, it's in the 30s after he throws them 2 balls unless he punches.
Nobody open either side except the leadoff man for New Hampshire All Stars. And he's open on a big strike. Here comes Claude. He's off the front one now. Makes a big difference when you miss that front pin the first ball.
They both missed it. They both got spare breaks too late.
Yep. One fellow's got the 1-2-10, and the other man, Claude Chavarie, he's got the 4 horsemen. He's got to split the 1-3.
Listen, they still got time to substitute. Do you think that Hanwell should put Doc Thompson in or not?
Well, I don't know. Doc is one of our old-time bowlers, bowled way back in our teams, and he's a good friend of Charlie's and of mine. He's a partner of mine, so we like to kid along here of all the old bowlers. We've got a lot of them in this area, and I'm sure, Charlie, you took all your big ones home down here from home with you.
Oh, yeah, we got them all here. I see a lot of those seniors here that bowled in that tournament in Bathurst last year, and boy, they put up some big scores. They'd beat one of these teams right now, some of them, the way they were going up there.
Yes, sir.
At the moment.
They can throw them down. Here's Kenny Hopper. He's got the 7-pin standing here. The boys are getting on a roll here. New Hampshire's coming on.
They're starting to come.
They're coming. That's what I said. These middle boxes, if you let down, you're dead.
Big
Kenny
shot.
picked it up.
Big shot.
A lot of pressure on Kenny here
Yeah,
coming in.
Hanwell needed that shot. They
yes,
needed
they
it.
did so.
Oh!
That's like getting two. My. That's a bad mistake here. They had the momentum going for them. They missed an 8-pin break with the wood right directly across, and that's a tough one.
Ray Charles could have made that shot.
Ray Charles could have given it a shot, with a little spin on the ball. Here comes Kenny Hopper. He got it all the way down. Kenny hung on to that ball. He left the 10-pin up. He held on to that one. He held on to that ball. And he missed the 9-pin break. Well, he got the 9 on it. And if you're bowling in real world candlepin competition, that's the ball right there that you got to throw. You can't throw it out over that foul line.
Davey Dupuis comes back.
That's a big 9-pin break, and he missed it. That's about 9. That's the 9th 9-pin break missed by Hanwell, and that's telling. That's a lot for this caliber of bowlers because they don't miss that many as usually. But pressure's on here today, and it's a big match. New Hampshire's missed a few also, but the boys have missed a lot.
That was nice. You could see it going down smooth.
He's got to get a wood here to help, but he didn't get it.
There's a break. There's a break.
The pins are starting to flop around a little down there for New Hampshire. He's got a pretty good one down there. Give it a ride. It may pick up that 8-pin. We'll see if he can knock it off. He hits it solid. Should come off the kickback. Great shot for him. He hasn't get him. He got the one we thought was tough.
Yeah.
10-pin stayed up. So we're coming down, folks. We're coming down. We're in the 5th and 6th box. We're going to be coming down very shortly to the last 4.
52 pins overall.
It's 52 now.
That's the way I figure it.
And there's 3 open, though, for New Hampshire. Striking 2 spares. Their first 3 men are open. We need one here for Kansas to get them open because Hanwell hasn't got a mark open here right at the moment. They got no momentum going. Momentum right now, New Hampshire All Stars. So that's where it stands. He's right in on the pocket, Charlie. He left the 7-10, but he's got a lot of deadwood there in the middle. He's got a lot of wood here. He needs a little luck to carry this one. Kansas Snow just made an excellent shot. He split the 2 on the left one right over and slid in front of that 6-pin. And then the other side, the other team, he missed his shot, hit it on the nose. They get 4 open down the line. It's not how you get them.
Yeah, he missed that. Absolutely missed it and got it. So
he missed it.
Kansas cut his over and really should have had it, and it stood up.
The other fellow missed his and got it. That's bowling, folks. And both of them there, and usually when one misses their shot, the other one wins. Now they get 4 down the line. Hanwell is not open. Up come the anchor men. So right into the thick of things now. There's about, how many pins do you say?
50.
50 and 4 open marks for New Hampshire. Close contest. That's a power ball, Hal Peterson. What a time for his team.
Oh, that's the one they needed.
That's the one they needed. Now it's 4-1 all of a sudden. And those 50 pins are big. But if you get 4 open, the other team hasn't any, then you're in trouble.
He got it.
There's another one. Lipke got the 7 and 10. He hit it on the end of the deadwood, spun it against the kickback, drove it over here. That's 5 open marks now from New Hampshire All Stars. Hal Peterson's open on a strike. He has to throw a loose ball here. Get the momentum going on the other side of the Canadian team that's going to keep up. They can't be getting 8s and 9s. So right in the middle of it. Hal threw it down. He's got an 8-pin break. Covered by the 6 and 10. So Peterson threw a good ball.
Whoa, look at that go.
Look at that go. Lipke threw a strike. Here you go. We're right into it now, folks. Peterson throws his spare. Here we go. We got the crowd going now. Peterson's up and striking spare, but Lipke, he throws spare strike. What a contest, folks. You're at the World Candlepin Bowling Championship at the Hanwell Bowling Lanes. All kinds of momentum going. Here we got Tony up now. The crowd's getting behind them. Here's one of the strikes open. Goes down. Hits a 9-pin drop. Very close. Tony's not open. 9-pin break. Right for Tony LeBlanc. You hear it. And a spare on the other side. This for the World Championship, folks. Candlepin bowling.
40 pins. He just picked up 10.
40 pins here, and he picked up 10 on the strike. They got 5 open, 1 open, 2 open for Hanwell Bowling Lanes. What a match this is. This is what it should be when you're going for the World Championship. Oh, he pulled it. He got 2 over on the right. Might take the momentum away. Here's Tony LeBlanc, the speedster. He throws it down. He chucked it in. 9-pin break. What bowling, folks? You're seeing it now. They're starting to open up. You're seeing bowling at its best here at the Hanwell Bowling Lanes, sponsored by the Moosehead. Tony, that's 10 9-pin breaks that we've missed here on the Canadian side, and that's big. That would have been big to go home with. They're going to count those 9-pin breaks, Charlie, when this is all over. But anyway, they mark for mark there. There's 4 marks open right now to 1. 4 open to 1 for New Hampshire All Stars.
48 pins separate them.
48 pins.
If my numbers are right, I'm close. I know that.
Everybody is open on the United States side here. Here comes the second bowler. He throws her down. He missed the front one, but a good drop. 7 on it. Chavarie throws a big ball, but he's got a bad wood there unless it straightens out.
It's going to roll away.
If it rolls away, he's got a shot at it. He's got a shot at it. Here's those singles. They got to start picking up these 9-pin drops, Charlie. When you miss 10 of them in the 3-string match, you're missing a lot. And
well, we've missed at least 10.
Yeah, 10. I've been counting them pretty good here. That's 11. That's big stuff at this stage. Big stuff at this stage.
Leaves them in the game when they could have shut them out a long time ago.
Yeah, they could have shut them out. Yeah, they're making all these here 9-pin breaks. They shut them out. That gives the other team heart, too, when you miss those breaks. But they got the fortitude. They can come right back here with the big balls. That's what they have to do. 2 9-pin breaks in a row, the top 2 men. 7-pin lob standing. Chavarie's got another 9-pin break. I may freeze up this one. No, it's not frozen, but he can hit if he hits the wood high, it'll still go. So he got a great guide into that. We have to get a runner here, folks. We're going to be held up for a moment. We got a dead wood down in the middle of the alley. Well, Charlie, we're coming down. Sent Peterson down to get the dead wood there. They can't let anybody else go down. If something happened and move that pin down there, then we'd have a whole lot of talk going on. That went in front of the 7-pin. So Claude's got a 9-pin break here after this one. He got this one. They've got 2 open now to 3. 2 open to 3, and we're coming down to the 3rd bowler here. Kenny Hopper's up. Dave is open on the other side for the New Hampshire All Stars. So what a contest we got here, and boy, there's not a soul leaving. We've got them about 10 tier deep back here watching this contest. Here goes Hopper. He rolled that one down there. Lot of stuff, folks. A lot of stuff going here. Look at this.
Good 8-pin drop.
Big 8-pin drop.
He's got a bad wood.
It's turning a little bit. It's a double wood there. That back wood is tough, Charlie. He's got to straighten it.
That's what you call bad news, this shot.
You got to straighten it. If you can get it straightened up on high, right in the crutch of the 2.
Bad news, I told you.
Bad news. Bad wood, Charlie. Bad news is right. We're panning the crowd here, and that switches it back a little bit more now to the Hanwell Bowling Lanes. They're all of a sudden open 3. And New Hampshire's open 2. This is a big ball by Kenny Hopper. He's a crash bowler, and he's able to throw one here, Charlie. He's a crasher, so look out for him. He missed the front one, but a big drop. There's a big ball there.
Bad break.
Bad break. He's got to play that in the nose, Charlie, and hope that something will happen with that deadwood down there.
Possible, but
Kenny's going to try to sweep this. He's going to give it a whack off on the red line of that mark and see if he can do some splashing down there. There it is. There's your splash. Whoa, there was a good shot over there by Dave, and he raffled that 7-pin.
He left the corner.
He left the 7-pin up, and he got a 10.
All right, it's 51 pins.
51 pins, 3 open for Hanwell to 2 for New Hampshire.
New Hampshire's got to have a double. When Lipke gets up, he's going to have a double. Mike Poulin really needs a double here. They need some extra pins, and the doubles will give it to you.
Yeah, well, he's open on a spare here. This is a big spare over here for Poulin. He's down in the 4 spot. Kansas, no.
He's on a spare right here.
Kansas here. He's missed a few breaks, but he's a toughie. He's got another 9-pin break here, Kansas. He's got to pick this one up. That one right through, Charlie. That was a good one by Poulin over there. He was right in on the kingpin there. He took 5. Little thin, yep. Kansas on another 9-pin break. That's going to kill them in the end.
They got enough pins.
You cannot miss.
I think they got enough.
That's
really.
12 9-pin breaks plus maybe, and that's not like these boys. A little tightness there, but they're bowling well. He come back and got the single, and he got a 10. So we're coming down the 7th and 8th box, folks. This is the World Candlepin Bowling Championship coming to you from the Hanwell Bowling Lane, sponsored by Moosehead Brewery, Fredericton Motor Inn, and the Hanwell Bowling Lanes. What a contest we have here today. It's the New Hampshire All Stars and the Hanwell Bowling Lane. There's a big one for Kansas Snow. Big strike for Kansas. And a big strike on the other side over here for Mike. Boy, they're sticking it to there now. They're in there. One side, then the other. And up comes Tim Lipke. He's open on a big strike here. This is an important strike. Important strike here. Hal Peterson on the other side, on the left-hand side. He's open on the spare. Gonna be loose balls here, folks. We're in the 7th and 8th box of our anchor, people. And what a contest this has been right down the line. And there goes Lipke. He's on the front one. He didn't get the roll, but he was on the front one. Peterson's throwing his. He's on the front one. He got a 7-pin drop. Both the same.
Both have the same break.
Same break. Held. I don't like that wood of Hal's. That tucked in there, I don't like the way that is. It's tucked in there too solid. I just want to have that shot.
Got it.
Lipke gets his. Hal gets his. Down the line we go, folks.
51 pins still.
51 pins, and it's 4-2 for Hanwell and Marks. And we're going to come right down to the line here at this 1993 World Candlepin Bowling Championship. And it's living up to expectations. There goes Lipke.
9 on it.
9 on his. He's got spare, strike, spare. Here's Peterson. 7 on his. And he was right in on the pocket. Don't count this one out, because when Peterson's on a roll, he may knock this one off for you. Here's a 9-pin break. Dead on by Lipke. What a bowler this Lipke is. He's got spare, strike, spare, spare, and all loaded. He's keeping them in there, Charlie.
Yeah, he's a great bowler. What a shot! What a shot!
Shot by Peterson.
What a cut shot that was.
What a contest. That's a big shot there. That's a big lifter there, I'll tell you. Here comes Tony LeBlanc. The crowd is starting to roar here. Here's Tony. He's on the front one there. He's got a 2 and 1. He's got 4, 7, and 10. Nobody open here. The leadoff men are not open. Here's Tony LeBlanc. He's got a wood over here trying to send it over. Take that 10 pin. Let the ball take the 4 and 7. He didn't get enough of it. There's a good shot here. A great shot here by Wayne. He just missed that. Perfect ball. 2 10s. Here's our scores. Tony LeBlanc rated at the present time is 87, and he's got 1 in the box to go. 82 for Claude Chavarie. Down is Kenny Hopper. He's 96 and open. Claude is also open. Tony LeBlanc. Here's Kansas Snow. He's 77 open on the strike. Hal Peterson. He's carrying the mail. He's 114 and open. Wayne Dennen. He's 91. Nothing open. John Thomas is 94. Dave Dupuis is 85. Mike Poulin is 75 and open. And Tim Lipke is 113 and open. What a contest we got going here.
49 pins, Hanwell's ahead.
49 pins for Hanwell. Tony LeBlanc tried to send that back pin over onto the 10 pin. He's got a wood down here, and I think Charlie, his shot is played down on
the left.
On the left-hand end. It'll spin in towards the pin. Bad play, Charlie. Bad play. Flag call. He goes down the left. He's got the spare. At a time like this, I don't know who called that shot, but that was a bad shot. Bad call. So we're down to the last 4 bowlers, and Hanwell's open 4 right down the line, and up comes Claude Chavarie, the blaster.
Hanwell's going to pull it off, Ikey. They're going to be the first Canadian team to win it.
Well, they've got a shot at it now.
Oh, they've got it in the bag.
Never in the bag, Charlie.
Well,
never in the bag. There's a lot of balls to be thrown. Here's Claude. Open on the mark. Cut through the middle. Nine-pin break over here. He wasn't open, though, so Claude went through the center.
53 pins overall.
53 pins?
Yep.
That's quite a ball by that young fellow. He split 3 on 3.
Here's one.
There's a spare here for John Thomas. So John comes up. He gets the first mark coming down the line. And Claude picks up a 10. What a lot of excitement we had here, folks. I hope you're enjoying this, coming to you from the Hanwell Bowling Lanes and from Fundy Cable. Fundy Cable's given this to you today, and we certainly appreciate it. We want to tell you that all the bowlers here in Hanwell Lanes, we really appreciate what Fundy is doing. He's gone through the middle again, and he's leaving the door open here. There's 6 on that one.
47 pins.
47 pins, and they have 3 open to 2 for Hanwell Lanes. A lot of stuff. Somebody throws a double strike, and there's Mike is open for your over on the your 4th man is open, is he not? On the strike?
Yes. 47.
They're running out the boxes here. They got to show some stuff coming down the line, and Kenny Hopper's coming up next after Claude. Claude finished very slowly here, but he's bowled very well, this young fellow. He's only a young man. 45 pins for Canada. The Hanwell Bowling Lanes over the New Hampshire All Stars coming on the United States side. This is the 9th year of the World Candlepin Bowling Championship. Never won by Canada. They've got a chance here, and here's Kenny Hopper. He's on the front one.
55 pins, counting.
He's the blaster when he gets going, that Kenny Hopper. What a ball, what a time. He's right into the pocket. And Charlie, unless we see some double strikes, I think we'll see the first Canadian championship.
Sure looks it right now.
It looks it at the present time, but we get some boxes yet. That's another one Dave let slide by. He missed that 8-pin break his last 2 boxes with wood right over.
Looks to me like, well, he threw a triple, though, so.
Yeah, he threw a triple in the other one to keep them in there in that 2nd string. So here's Kenny Hopper. He's up on a big bomb here right now. This is a big one right here. Hopper lets it go. He cut out, but he's got a little splash down there. He's got the 3 and 2. Cut the 3 down onto the 4 and 7. They're running out of the boxes here in this championship. Hopper's right on the front when he's got 7 on his strike.
63 pins.
63 pins. We got 4 boxes to go, folks. And we got 2 marks open for New Hampshire, 2 marks open for the Hanwell Bowling Center. We're coming right down now to Kansas Snow. Kansas Snow on one side, and we got Mike Poulin over on the other. You're seeing the last 4 boxes of the World Candlepin Bowling Championship at the Hanwell Bowling Lanes, and it's been a good one all the way down, and it's been tough. I'll tell you right now.
They're both on a strike.
These are big strikes. They're both open here. Your man, I feel, needs a strike here to keep them in the game.
Oh, he does.
Here's Kansas. Kansas goes for the double. There it is, folks. There it is.
Over.
The crowd is going wild here.
It's
Canadian crowd. It's over. It's over.
He's got to roll, but
he's got to roll, but I think it's too little, Charlie. I think the boys came to bowl this one. The first time in 9 years, you're looking at a World Candlepin Bowling Championship for Hanwell Bowling Lanes. Little short of a miracle here for the New Hampshire All Stars. We'll have the first Canadian championship, and I think, like we talked to each other, I know you're all for New Hampshire, which you should be, Charlie, but we said it would be good for the game.
oh, it would be.
It would be good for the
yeah.
game.
Yeah, it finally gives them a leg that they haven't had on it.
That's right. This is a first. I don't think they can pick up the pins here,
No,
Charlie.
it's over.
I
It's
think
off.
it's all over. Kansas threw a big 18 on that strike. He only had 2 in his first ball, but he come up with a good ball here. And I would say, by the look of things here, it's the first Canadian championship, folks. It's the World Candlepin Bowling Championship for the first time. The Hanwell Bowling Lane, captained by Hal Peterson. He's put a lot of effort into this. He had a lot of aggravation, and I'm sure that he's feeling quite pleased with the fellas that he put together. And he put together some good ones, and all the credit goes to Hal. It was his baby, and he come through with it. And I want to congratulate all these fellas on TV before we get it wrapped up here, because as far as we're concerned, they bowled their hearts out all week here. They had a little easier over on the division they were in, but they were in the top 3 in the averages. They rolled well. Kansas was in the singles. He rolled well. Every one of these fellas deserve a lot of credit. They did an excellent job. Hal's going to the last 2 boxes. He's got 5 on his. Lipke's up. He's got an 8-pin break on his. So, folks, there you have it. We've had some championship here. We've had an awful lot of people take this in. We want to thank all our fans. We've had excellent fans here. They've been here supporting this Hanwell bowling team along with the other Canadian teams all week. We had teams from all over both provinces, Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, and they all showed up well. The Americans, they have about 5 teams just like this one. They happen to be the forerunners this week to get into the championship. But here we have it. The first Canadian team to win the World Candlepin Bowling Championship. The last box thrown here by Hal Peterson. He's down the middle. What a fitting end. So we're going along here pretty good. This is quite a championship. The crowd is giving the go-ahead. Hal missed a spare, but the crowd is going wild here, Charlie, and it's quite a championship. You can hear the crowd in the background. First time ever, and I'm sure that it'll be remembered for a long time. The New Hampshire All Stars, they gave it a real good shot here too. Charlie is going to get the final.
Did. Yeah, it was a great finish and a great match.
Yeah, absolutely. It was fantastic all the way. Both teams showed what they could do. We're right down here.
6:06 for New Hampshire, 6:01
How many pins we got there for the final,
611.
Charlie?
32 pins overall, that's all.
All right, we'll go out here for the presentations.
We got a mic to take out there with us?
Yeah, we have a mic right here, so we'll be going out, folks, and we'll wrap it up out front. It was a tremendous finish, and I hope all you people out there on Channel 10 enjoyed it. We certainly did, giving you this presentation. And I want to thank Charlie Milan for taking part here today. He certainly added a lot to this, knowing all these here bowlers. We'll go out front for the presentation.
You've got those thank yous, eh?
Down the top, Mike. Down the top, please. Down the top. Bill Hogan, down the top, please.
Well, here you have it, folks. It's the first Canadian World Candlepin Championship. We're out here for the presentation. We have a tremendous crowd here today. We can't hear very much. They're all congratulating Charlie, I want to thank you for taking part here today and giving us a rundown of these fellows. They certainly bowled their hearts out both sides.
Well, it's great to see the Canadians finally win one. I've said all along they can compete, and they showed here today that they could.
Well, they showed their stuff here today, folks. What do you think? This is the first World Candlepin Championship by a Canadian team. We'll have the presentations. We get Sue out here for the presentation. Sue Knight is going to give us our presentations here. We'll pass it over, and we're going to have Moosehead Breweries up here. Wayne Hallahan. Here's our big sponsor. He looks after us every year. Nice to have you here, Wayne. When you want to come over here, we'll give you the mic here.
Well, with any tournament, there's a few thank yous we have to do. First of all, thank you to our friends of the media for such fantastic coverage. Candlepin is alive and well thanks to your coverage. To our mechanics, Bill and Mike, a big thank you. There wasn't one mechanical breakdown in this whole tournament. Thank you, guys. Over by the jumbo screen is somebody who is hidden, never heard of until something goes wrong. Carol Randall, our statistician. Thank you for such speedy, speedy work. Finally, to our friends from Fundy Cablevision, we thank you very much for taking a recording of this very historic moment. To our two sponsors, Fredericton Motor Inn and Moosehead, it's your sponsorship that made it possible. Now we would ask the New Hampshire All Stars to come up and take their second prize of $4,500. And now for the pièce de résistance, the first Canadian winners of the Canadian World. Come on up, guys. Thanks, Wayne. Kansas, thank you. Now we'll have the melee of the photographers. Thank you, audience, for your encouragement to these bowlers. It meant the difference. Thank you so much for coming.
Well, folks, there you have it. The World Candlepin Bowling Championships coming to you from Hanwell Bowling Lanes. There you have them. We got them all here. This is our first World Championship team coming from the Hanwell Bowling Lanes, and they certainly bowl well all week. We want to congratulate them again before we wind this up. It's been a tremendous week. It's been bowled well by both teams. New Hampshire bowled hard on over the other division. They came to the finals. They came to bowl. This is the year of the Canadians, so we want to congratulate them again. So we'll wind it up. It's pretty hard to see here. All the crowd is milling around. It's been an excellent week. So I'm Mike Murray coming to you from the Hanwell Bowling Lanes, along with Charlie Milan. And we will see you again next year, hopefully, over at Brewer. Thank you again.